Get my shit together. Gotta post this places. Gotta drink my glass of pee. That's definitely what it is. That's definitely what it is. It couldn't be anything else. Get my shit together. Gotta post this places. Gotta drink my glass of pee. All right. We're here. Oh! Oh! All right, everybody. How we doing? How we doing? Sorry, I am a minute or two late. I literally, as you can see from my disgusting adulting attire. Look at me. Look at me in a polo shirt and dress pants with a puppy behind me. I just booked it home from work on a lunch break, and then I have a tray on the machine that I gotta go check this evening after the stream. So didn't have time change, didn't have anything for that. Scarfed down some lunch. Now I have some apple juice for some additional calories so I don't pass out in the middle of the stream on anybody. So we're rushing into a bit. All right, I have to post this on my Discord, then you have my 100% attention, okay? Huge attendance in Tourney today? Yeah, the new player tournaments are pretty small. They're pretty small. Okay. Let me just post to my Discord. I won't post to every Discord. I already spammed them this morning with my first non-embargo Chaos Dwarf thing. So I'll just ping my Discord and we'll keep it chill today. Right. Okay. Alrighty. So what do we have today? Nice little new player tournament part of our Hell Pit League. If you want to play in the Hell Pit League, you join my Discord, get the give rat ogre roll like Pigman 202 to best just did, and then yeah. Anyway, get the rat ogre roll. It gives you access to these chats that are for only new players. It also gives you access to the best of one practice pit where your rank and stuff isn't recorded. Wins and losses aren't recorded. It just matches you with a person, gives you a map. It's like Quick Battle. It's a Quick Battle simulator with some other new players. If you want to play in these tournaments, if you ever win the tournament, you will be given the Bone Ripper roll. You can still be in this chat and interact with people, but it just means that you can't sign up for future tournaments like this because, I mean, you already won one. You're no longer a new player, kind of. Like, you can use the best of one bot. It's very low-key. We just don't want, like, the same person crushing the new player tournaments over and over again. It's like, all right, you won one. Cool. Give everyone else their shot in the sun. So with 6 people, maybe 7, Battlefield 2 2023. Okay, so Mr. Teufel is going to be replaced by Battlefield. Okay. I have never heard of VM Gifson. I've talked to Onyx pretty extensively, but I've never seen them play. I have seen Helmet play. I've seen Nurgle's PA play. And Nurgle's PA was a finalist in the last New Players Tournament. I've seen Guillaume play. If I have to pick my one favorite to win the whole tournament, Guillaume's probably the best player here. Maybe Nurgle's PA. But fuck that shit. It's not about skill. It's about spirit. And my boy Helmet F has the most spirit of anybody here. He loves the Empire. He's so good at it. He's literally the best player of all time. Helmet F is going to win this whole fucking tournament. Let's go! Let's go. So I'm betting on Helmet. But these two are also pretty fucking good. Right? Enough stalling, enough that stuff. I'm going to find us a game. I'm going to message Helmet. Well, okay. Cuden's figuring some stuff out. So hang on. Ozema? Only 6 peeps, Cuden? Only 6 that checked in, 9 that signed up. I forget what it was last time, but I think we ended up with 8 people live. So, yeah. But, Cuden, I will say a lot of people are taking a break from the game because it's literally like what, the week before Chaos Dwarfs comes out next week, so a lot of people don't want to burn out just yet. David the White Lizard, hi. Once I get caught up on chat, I can rant about early access stuff, because I did get to dig into that last. I have a lot of opinions. What the hell is this? Hold on. Hold on. Not talking about Chaos Dwarf stuff ever again. Hold on. This is more important. The hell is that? What is this? Hazel, are you a pup? Hang on. Are you a pup? Is that a puppy down there? Sorry, she was making noises, so she deserved a little love. That's about the right size. How much slower do you think the Chaos Dwarves will perform against the Dwarfs, given the Dwarves' cannons and brimstone guns? And was Thoric nerfed? Thoric, as far as I can tell, is exactly the same. As far as I can tell. I do think Chaos Dwarves will do very, very, very well against Dwarves. They have quite strong melee chariots. They have armor-piercing monstrous cav. They have armor-piercing lords, armor-piercing foot lords. They have an entire... The lore of Hashut is almost... Not all armor-piercing, but it is really good at dealing with armored infantry. That whole lore is around that. So, like, they feel like they were specifically designed to counter dwarves. That being said, they will have to do a rush. Their range is absolute dog shit versus dwarves. It's just not long enough range. It's not reliable enough range versus short targets. Dwarves can outshoot them for sure. But I think Chaos Dwarves are going to perform excellently in a rush against dwarves. But we'll see. If Guillermo plays Cathay, you should ban him. Easy. What do you think of the Slaanesh nerfs? I think they'll cripple the whole faction. Yeah. Slaanesh, I haven't gotten to play any PvP yet. I have some... scheduled PvP games with other content creators, but I haven't gotten them yet. I got it yesterday, and as you can see, I have a normal day job and stuff, so CA gave me the email, said, you got it, great, got home, pounded through some of that shit, and I don't have any patch notes, so to make a video, I had to find stuff to make a video about, make it quick, edit it, make a thumbnail, throw it on YouTube, upload it, make sure all the sound and everything looked okay. So, like, it's been rushed. I haven't done any PvP. I haven't looked at the campaign. I haven't looked at anything you've seen on YouTube today that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about yet or not. Because I haven't played with it, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to even say the name. So I won't. But I haven't done anything besides go through... Okay. I haven't done anything besides go through all the rosters, test out some of the new units, test out some of the big nerfs and buffs I knew about, and test out that kind of stuff. So, it's been crazy. For now, the game's very stale. What's your day job? I am a development tech at the Mayo Clinic. I make new tests. If there is a new drug or something that's out, I need to find it in either blood or urine, depending on how it exits your body. Okay. So I don't know if we're still waiting or not. Cuden's dealing with some stuff. Okay. They can start playing now. Okay, good. So we're going to go find Helmut. I told him to wait for me, so he shouldn't be... ahead of things. Opinion on the 100% fire weakness stacking. It feels not as OP as some things, making it out to be in a practical use sense. Yeah, it doesn't seem that OP. Like... If you can pull off that combo, it requires a lot of money and a lot of micro, and you'll probably make decisions elsewhere. So I feel like if you pull off the 100% fire weakness stuff, you deserve the outcome. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a good play. I meant Patrick. I work on a urine assay that they give you a radio-labeled sugar that you can't digest and then exits through your pee. Or there are drugs that go into your bloodstream and get distributed throughout your body and broken down by your cells. And sometimes I have to find if there's any left circulating around your bloodstream, meaning your cells aren't taking it up. Sir, I was generalizing, Mr. Man. But yeah, you're right. I've just been, I've been a little flustered trying to find a game and stuff. I have a lot to say that I want to say, but I'm busy trying to get into this game so that we don't miss the actual content you came here for, not the ramblings of a mad rat. Okay. So we have Rid. Pretty simple name. Versus Helmut. I know Helmut plays Empire very well. I don't actually know what factions he plays outside of that. So we're going to find out today. Okay, so the patch. Oh, it's Dark Elves versus Vampire counts. Okay, cool. I have been very negative in the past on things. So I would hope you can all trust when I say that I'm not just someone that, like, blindly says, this is great, whenever anything happens. Like, I actually try stuff out and I actually have my opinions on it. This new patch is dope. Even if you don't have Chaos Dwarves, I think this next patch is going to be gigantic. Even if you don't have the DLC, it's going to be great. Cav charges feel a lot better. Chariots feel a lot better. And overall, the easiest thing I can say before this game starts really quick is the Greasus Goldtooth example I showed in my video from today, where it's just boys swinging for the fences. It feels like a lot of stuff has that. Now, I obviously haven't got to try everything, but a lot more units just swing. Now, it doesn't mean they're perfect, but like Greasus specifically, I remember a lot of times he would, like, if he rolled directly at someone where his little tootsies were in their face, he wouldn't swing at them, but he would swing really well if you were, like, on his side, right? I took that on blocker, right? Yes. Okay, then my stream is behind. But he would swing really well if you're on his side, and if you were behind him, he obviously wouldn't swing at you, right? Now, playing with Greasus a little bit around in the custom battles and some other stuff, Scarbrand and whatever, but Greasus was the main one, the easiest one to talk about. If you're in front of him, he does this little kick animation, and that's fine. If you're on the sides, he's going to swing. If you're behind him, he turns a lot easier now. I noticed a lot less of that, like, can't turn. It's just like, turn, bop. So Greasus felt good. Now he's still going to have issues, right? He's still going to be expensive. He's still going to need heal support and stuff. I'm not saying Greasus is going to be a good lord, but at least he's not a frustrating lord to control with the keyboard and mouse. And I feel that way about a lot of units. Like Chariots are less frustrating to control with the keyboard and mouse. Like the game feels more responsive in a lot of the units I've tried, and that's really, really nice. Okay. Obviously, I haven't tried every unit. I haven't done everything, but that is just one thing I wanted to say, is that I have noticed less T-posing, especially around foot characters. I had Scarbrand duel Sigvald, and while Sigvald still got knocked down a lot, and his high melee defense was big for him and all that stuff, like, Scarbrand got a lot of good hits in and actually dumpstered him, and didn't... I think he only knocked him down and walked around him once, but otherwise he actually hit him a lot, and when he got knocked down, he just waited for him to get back up rather than walking out of position being a dumbass. Okay, the game. So, for Rue and the Dark Elves, we do have Malekith up on his dragon with Chillwind, Power of Darkness, and Soul Stealer, plus Standard Ground. Pretty elite kit as far as Malekith goes. 2 Cold One Knights, triple Dark Shard, 2 Dark Riders for a little bit of backline peeling. This is Singing Doom, ROR, Witch Elves, and Bleak Swords and Dread Spears. Now, some people say rampaging on undead doesn't work appropriately. That is correct. I think it disables crumbling and whatever, but the nice thing about having Rampage, if you can get it off, is if the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord goes for a big dive and all of his buffs wear off and he wants to back out, heal up, and wait for his cooldowns, if you Rampage him, he's stuck in the fight, and without his buffs, he's actually a pretty meh melee combatant. Only 36 melee defense on him, and 70 armor. For the Vampire counts, front line of zombies backed up by a secondary line of 5 Cairn Wraiths with magic damage, frostbite, and full armor piercing. I don't usually see them But it's not like Malekith's bringing a ton of good breath attacks. Oh yeah, there's a Hydra. How the fuck did I miss that? Okay, there's a Hydra. Anyway, Malekith doesn't have, like, Burning Head or anything to clear them out. But we did bring Chillwind. 1 Corpse Cart with the Unholy Lodestone for the healing and the AoE support. 4 Vargheists or just 3? 4 Vargheists and the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, who is a very, very strong duelist. It looks like he might be trying to go single out the Hydra. Maybe. Maybe. Cairn Knights are... Wait, these are Vargheists. Duh. Vargheist's going to dive down on some of the Dark Shards, shut them down. Looks like they're even just going to take the Dark Riders rather than get countercharged by the Dark Riders. So really good backline harassment here from Helmut. Really trying to push through that front line and just leave it in the dirt. But you can see, wow, those Sisters of Singing Doom are just murdering the Cairn Wraiths. Already rampaging them. Do these guys do magic damage? No, but it doesn't seem to matter as they just tear them to pieces. Is that a Soul Stealer for Malekith? Looks like it is. But Helm of Discord is on him, and the Blood Dragon Lord just has all of his buffs popped. With 1k armor piercing, yeah, Malekith might want to get out of here. The Sister Singing Doom might want to come back here and rampage this guy off of him. Malekith is trying to clear out the front line a little bit more with those Frost Winds. Chill Winds? Chill Frost Winds? Frosty Chill Winds. Whatever. Damage value is about equal. Both are at 5,000. Now, the Vargheists do a lot of damage, but they take a lot of damage as well. You usually only see these things with a good amount of heal support. And right now, they are just stuck in the back fighting Coldwood Knights and Dark Riders. That is really attritioning them down. So that's a big, expensive unit. They did what they wanted to do. They took out some Dark Shards. You know, they stopped the Dark Elf shooting, but at a pretty high cost at 1,000 unit. Blood Dragon did Rampage. Unfortunately, that Rampage led him towards the target he originally wanted anyway, and he is not getting distracted by the Sisters of Singing Doom, but whatever, you tried. Another Chill Wind. I'm getting worried that Malekith is not going to have enough Winds of Magic to heal himself in the late game. A nice play here. Gets up in the sky, gets isolated, and then immediately lands and tries to get back towards his support. War Hydra's running around with, like, full HP. He's chilling, he's fine. And Vargheists in the back are fading after they killed some Coldwood Knights and did overall well. The constant plague of the undead, though, is rallying units of the living. We do have some Dark Shards coming back with decent amounts of models. Actually, this one's still at half DPS potential, so the Vargheists are going to have to commit to chasing them around forever. Malekith needs to get out some zombies, and Vargheists are diving back onto him. They do have regen while they're in melee combat, though that crumbling one is going to straight up die, it looks like. Yeah, die. Malekith, big Soul Stealer on a bunch of good targets. Good for him, but Helm of Discord follows it up. He is going to have to try and find his way out of here as the War Hydra is tearing into Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Things are going okay for the Dark Elves in that blob fight, but everywhere else, it's not going so well. The Cairn Wraith tech really helped win that frontline fight. They did nicely. Cool dragon animation. Woo. It looks like Malekith got the attack off there, because the one who ends up on top is the one that did the damage. And yeah, it's getting a little scary. The War Hydra is healthy and strong and all that stuff, but his leadership is always his biggest problem, so it doesn't really matter how high his health is. He will just get routed off eventually anyway. For the Vampire counts, still have 3 Vargheists. They have the Blood Dragon Lord, who is healing himself back up. His healing cap isn't even within sight. We have 3 Cairn Wraiths on the field with a passive AoE heal from the Unholy Lodestone ready for them. Ooh, big breath attack. Pretty nice. Like, I love how everything in this Vampire Counts blob is rampaging right now because of the Sisters of Singing Doom, but anyway, it's not really going to matter. There's just way too much left on the field for the Vampire Counts, and the Dark Elves can't stand up with it. We all saw how many spells Malekith's thrown out earlier, so it's not like he has 4 Soul Stealers hidden in his pocket to heal him up, and even if he did, I don't know if that would save him at this point. Because it's like, heal him up to do what? He can't outduel all these Vargheists and the Blood Dragon Lord. So it was pretty cool. With the keyboard and mouse, he's playing with a controller. You know what? I'm leaving the door open. I'm leaving the door. I don't judge. I don't judge you. Issue attack commands with gear shift, yeah. Okay. You fucking dick. Malekith's just cool, too cool for me. Yeah, I still got a brisk 2,600 damage value. Coldwood Knights 1,400, so mixed results on them. The Hydra just 300. Unfortunately, that guy really not paying off. The Sister Singing Doom did fantastically. Dark Shards got expertly shut down. I think they're okay in this matchup. Like, there are other things you could go with, but I don't think taking Dark Shards is a problem. I think just Helmut was really good at shutting them down. Bleak Swords, Dread Spears did fine. Dark Riders did fine. Blooddragon Vampire Lord, 2,500. Vargeists almost all paid for themselves, which is pretty spectacular. Zombies did mixed. And Karen Wraiths, probably not going to have the best value, but they did slap the Dark Elf front line to pieces. And sometimes just gotta grind through them. Cool, cool. All right, brace yourselves, everybody. You're about to see the worst of the worst. Look at this bitch. Look at this bitch on my chair. Look at him. Hey! What you doing on my chair? Hey. Okay. What you doing on my chair? Little kid cat. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Yeah, you're a good boy. There's the Hazel sneaking down there, saying, I'm not getting any scritches. It's true, you're not. You're not. And you never will. Okay, are flying units fixed, or do they still have the same problem? I don't know, David the White Lizard. Unfortunately, I don't know that. I could test it, but I just need time. Can't wait for the patch notes to see everything that fixed. List it out, because I'm hopeful we have the splash tags fixed from the Kiz of Streltsy. What splash tags fixed? What are you talking about? Big bad demons will swing instead of T-posing constantly. Whoop! Hopefully. Scarbrand looked like he did in my test. Greasus did in my test, but again, I had a lot of things to test, not a lot of time, and I had to get a video out, so. Grievin? True. Kenneth, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Harabeck, I can do that sometimes. And then everybody else is just making fun of me for misspeaking. Hey, Kiara. No sitting today? I guess not. So all these guys do their picks and bans for game 2. What else did I want to say? Anything else? Chariots being a viable thing in the game is pretty good. That'll deter infantry blobs. What is nice, though, is I did test cav charges against chariots, because when chariots are a problem, there's 2 chariot problems. They do nothing, or they do everything. So I ran chariots. I tested pump wagons. I tested all Slaanesh chariots. I tested orc boar chariots. I tested lion chariots of Christ. Those are the only ones I tested. All of them felt similar. Now in the video, I did show the Seeker Chariots of Slaanesh one-tapping a clan rat. Okay, and there's something you need to take with that. I picked that for the demonstration. Orc boar chariots are not gonna kill clan rats that fast. I picked the best chariot versus something without charge defense, without high armor, without high mass. So you do need to know that like watching that replay, you're like, wow, every chariot in the game is just gonna fucking murder kids. No, but they're working as chariots should. Because something in that example you can see is the normal Slaanesh chariots, not the Seeker ones. They're the ones second closest to the camera, pass through the clan rats, and they do about a quarter of their HP. That's much more what the chariots are doing right now. But the key thing to note is that the chariots get all the way through the clan rat. They don't get stuck. And the chariots themselves are full health. That's what chariots are supposed to do, right? The Slaanesh chariots are specifically like these crazy Reaper scythe-looking ass motherfuckers, and they murder kids. That's like their job. But all the other chariots are just performing as chariots do, disrupting infantry formations, getting back to the archers. And the only thing that can stop them is monstrous infantry and cavalry. And when I tested it, monstrous infantry and cavalry, dumpster chariots. Dumpster chariots on the charge. So it's like, all right, this unit is working as intended. It's filling its niche. Infantry, good. Cavalry, bad. Perfect. So far, chariots looking good. Doing what they're supposed to, and that'll help with some of the scourge of like Skaven box builds or dwarves, Cathay. things like that. So very positive stuff there. But I don't think we'll be entering into a chariot blob meta because, like I said, they just get murdered by cavalry and monstrous infantry. So if you try to blob up 3 or 4 chariots and like heal cap them while rolling around the map, I mean, we'd have to see a ton of PvP to know, but my initial test is like that's just a really good way to lose 4,000 gold very quickly. I mean, unless your opponent's entire build is infantry, then yeah, roll them down, but that's what they get for having an entire build of 1 unit type, right? It's like playing rock, paper, scissors and telling your opponent, no matter what you do, I'm going rock. And then when they go paper 3 times in a row and you lose, you're just like, what the fuck is this bullshit game? And you flip your table. It's like, yeah, you gotta mix it up if you want to win a game. So glad to have chariots back, but I don't think that they're going to be like meta defining. I just think they're going to be an ever-present threat on the back of your mind if you want to box. Do you know if there are any multiplayer fixes, especially campaign 3.0? What do you mean by fixes? I know there's a lot of balance changes. I don't know about fixes specifically. There are things I'm not allowed to talk about, but I will say, in case my positivity slams into a brick wall on release, if you were making a pizza, CA has acknowledged to me that there is moldy cheese, and they are like, we know there's moldy cheese. We know you need cheese for a restaurant. We're working on getting non-moldy cheese. So there is a thing I'm not allowed to talk about that is a problem in the beta, but they've known about it since before I had early access, and they've been working on it very diligently since then, so it shouldn't go to live. But if it does, then I can talk about it then, and when people are like, you said you were positive, I'm like, I assumed they would get non-moldy cheese. Greece's best lord in the game? Yes. It's ogre hummus, I have the high ground. True. And what if you put rat ogres on every edge of escape and box? Yeah, you could try that. Try that. I'm not saying Skaven are going to be bad. I was just saying, yeah. Oh, like removing pending action for multiplayer? I don't know. Greetings, fellow American and server husband. All right. What do we got here? So, for Rue to come back in this game, he does have the Tomb Kings versus the dreaded Imperials. I am very scared of Helmut's Imperials. Fate of Buna and Spirit Leech, both very meta spells on Arkan the Black with his usual kit of the Tomb Blade of Arkan, Staff and Nagash, and Libra Mortis. Other than that, we have two Shoppy Great Bows, including the ROR. Some Skeleton Horsemen, and Nahakar Horsemen on the flank. So actually a lot of cab as far as Tomb Kings go. 2 carrying, a bunch of skeletons. Some are Nahakar Warriors, some are Skeleton Spearmen. We do have the RR Tomb Guard in the very back. I think I mentioned the carrying too. The other side's Boris Todbringer. With his usual kit, he's good at punishing low leadership factions. Now, that kind of applies to Undead, kind of. Their leadership is usually quite low to get them down to crumbling. But, I don't know, Boris's shtick is usually routing stuff off, chain routing it a bunch, so Undead don't route. I don't know how good he'll be. I've been sus on him in this matchup. I usually try to bring either Gelt, as I usually do, or sometimes Marcus Wolfheart and a Firecaster. Anyway, 2 great swords to hold the front line. They will murk Nahakar Warriors and Skeletons into perpetuity, so that'll be good. Empire Knights on the flanks. It looks like we do have 3 of them. Some Huntsmen. Yeah, 2 Huntsmen. Hammer of the Witches. Ooh, 3 Huntsmen. 2 cannons, 3 huntsmen, and a bright wizard with burning head and fireball. But you can see with a big monstrous lord like this and 2 cannons, this build's getting a little small. And that being said, fucking Rue just yeets his skeleton horseman into the back and his carry, and he's disrupting a ton of stuff and doing a lot of good damage. Because the cannons were really making the Ushabti pay, which they used in Warhammer 2. In 3 they haven't as much, but it's good to see them getting some shots in here. So that Ushabti is essentially dead. The Chosen of the Gods will be safe. Tomb Kings are a little scattered in their advance. They kind of have to get all of their shit together at the same time. And a Fate of Buna used on the Hammer of the Witches is unfortunately just not going to be a really good spell use, I don't believe. Unless, I guess it could maybe kill a lot of the crew. I've never seen it used on cannons, but you probably want it on like knights or something a little more expensive than that, so we'll see. Maybe paired with the Chosen of the Gods, since their arrows spread, they could kill a lot of the crew, but Chosen of the Gods actually getting caught out. Keppergard are going to have to come up and help them. Thankfully, they are getting orders to retreat now, but they have taken a lot of damage, and cannons are still really punishing them. So yeah, it looks like that Fate of Buna is just not going to work out. Now, Car Horseman getting killed on the back line. With these Empire Knights, Sprockle Stalkers trying to add some supporting fire. They are obstructed somehow. Not even going to fire through trees. I guess they're obstructed by a little bit of a hill, but very unfortunate obstruction there from those Seppi stocks. The Tomb Kings are starting to advance now, but it might be too late for them. They had a really good disruption, but unfortunately the rest of their army was a bit AFK. And now it's moving up, but the disruption is gone, so it's just a little broken up in its advance. Sprockle Stalkers also asleep at the wheel. That's not the player's fault. It's just like this hill has a slight curve that's really not helping them out. So I'll have to get active soon. Another Spirit Leech on the Hammer of the Witches. Just chilling. Man, he really hates the Hammer of the Witches. Chosen Gods are shut down without them. I think the Tomb Kings will struggle to really get good damage out. Big Burning Head, though, that is a summon that was going to fade away in just a hot second here. 2, 1, gone. So, yeah, good cast, but nice little trickery there from Ark in the Black. So Nehekar Horsemen getting new attack orders to rear charge some knights. They'll do okay there. What's going on with your walking? Why are you walking funny? Okay, they just decided not to move, which is also okay, I guess. Sprockle Stalker's now going to start shooting at Huntsman. And Ushapti summon will finish off the dreaded Hammer of the Witches at last. They can run, but they can't hide. The Ushapti are way faster. Never mind, they said, fuck it. They're going for the Huntsman, which I can appreciate. Boris is hunting down Arkin. Arkin's doing his best to run away, stay alive, and the Kepler Guard are mulching their way through the front line, though some great swords are coming to help. Other great swords are holding against Skeleton Spearmen, and they honestly can probably 2v1 this quite easily. And Arkin's just trying to get away from Boris. It's like, stop it! Leave me alone, you mustachioed bastard! But, yeah. So cannons, trying to get back online now. The Ushapti go, hey! We pushed you out of here for a reason. The Huntsmen are also routing, so the Tomb King's getting some decent plays in the later portions of this game, but it might just be too late as more Empire Knights are coming streaking in to really deal with these Sprockle Stalkers who are shooting sideways down some greatswords. That's cool. And these cannons have to be rallied. Their flag is on the cannon models themselves, but the crew has to be ordered back. Ooh, and a big Burning Head while we weren't looking killed 3 infantry units, the Kepler Guard being almost dead themselves, and Ark in the Black is going to get sniped out. A tough game for the Tomb Kings. I would say the advancement delay was a pretty big misplay, and Fate of Buna on the Hammer of the Witches, but a large part of it is just, I think Tomb Kings have been struggling recently. Yeah, their cav is pretty weak, and their front line is pretty weak. It's really good at holding, but they rely heavily on their missile units, which cannons, I guess, can deal with. But I don't know. I've been souring on the Tomb Kings as time goes on. So, yeah. I like the build decently. There was a lot of cav. It's just Nehekar Horsemen can't outperform Empire Knights. They cost less, so I guess that makes sense, but I wish the Tomb Kings had some better cavalry that isn't all the way up to Necropolis Knights, who also suck, but they are very, very expensive. Tomb Kings just need better cav. Actually, though, with the chariot fixes coming, skeleton chariots are kind of nuts. So maybe they'll be rock and roll with that. Boris did fine. Firecaster did fine. The Empire State Troops held. Great Swords held. Huntsmen got off a bunch of shots, paid for themselves. Empire Knights held, and cannons did pretty good work, shutting a lot of stuff down. Did you test the Luminarch? Yes, I did. It was in the video released today. They fire faster and they seem more accurate. Okay. Sorry, I was just reading some tournament-related messages, making sure everything was going on okay without me. So, we'll get Nurgle's PA into this lobby with me and Helmet, and we'll continue on with our first semifinal. Kiyama's waiting in the second semifinal for his opponent. It appears DM Gibson and Brave Mumu have had issues communicating, like finding each other, which with new players it happens. It might be the first tournament they've played in, so they don't know like where in Discord to go and shit, but it's okay. We have a semifinal to play while we wait. So we get Nurgle's PA. This is the second Hell Pit tournament ever. The first one, Nurgle's PA, was a runner-up and a fierce contender. The game went all 3 series. So will he reprise his role as a finalist, or will Helmet shut him down this time? Helmet was in that first tournament. I think he got beaten by Mr. Teufel in round 1, so these two never met. But as far as actual players go, I don't know. If I had to take bets, I'd probably say Nurgle PA is the better player. But we're on Team Helmet today. We predicted him to win the whole tournament, so we're rooting for fucking Helmet. Let's go! Also, I like the Empire, so of course I'm going to root for him. But Nurgle PA is very good. As far as new players go, he's good, yes. Put him in a best of 5 with Alfredino. Probably going to lose, yeah. But he's good. All right, let's see here. That was probably the worst example for something moldy. You know what, Spirit of the Gorg? I don't like you. Have you tried purple globes on the beta? Patrick, if you're still here, let me tell you something. You and all your ilk sorry. The player in the lobby asked me if he should wait. Okay. I just didn't want to hold up the tournament because I was busy. So you, Patrick, and your ilk, all these people, anybody I talk to, they're all out there like, hey, the green globes got nerfed for the first time in their life, and a human boy gave us a nice bait and switch where he showed warp fire throwers right after being good. Okay, well, normal human beings, normal people would be excited about warp fire throwers being good. No, all anybody wants to ask about is, are the purple globes any good? And the answer is yes, they're incredible. And fuck you, I wanted to keep that a secret. I wanted to get a couple nice wins out. I wanted to get a couple cool replays. I wanted to get a couple cool thumbnails like, these are good now, what? And everybody's already on to me. Everybody's already like, but what about the purples, human boy? Yeah, the purples are really fucking good, dude. They're really, really good. And you ruined it. You all ruined it by being too smart, and I hate you. I wish you were dumb. Be dumb. Stop being smart. Yes, the purple globes are incredible. Where's the Luminarch? What? I know the Luminarch's in that video. There's 2 Luminarchs shooting Durthu. Hang on. Hang on, we gotta go find it. 21 good changes with the Chaos Dwarf update. 7 minutes and 50 seconds into the video, there's 2 Luminarchs shooting Durthu. Why was I not allowed to compete? Because you're not new! The hammer has insane magic resist, probably spell resist, and 2. It does not actually, it just has physical resist, which is weird. Yeah, looking at the Hammer of the Witches, it doesn't have spell resist anymore, Cyrus. But you were right, in game 2 it did. Neko Knights are great, Neko Knights are trash. RTKS, RTK's clan is the Round Table Knights, or Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur's lads. And S is Squire, so he's a new addition that they're like trying out, sort of thing. Yeah. Are they less shady in hitting things? I checked cannons out, they hit things just about as good as they did right now. Yes. But it didn't get any better. So. Yee. Tony Rat streams. What up, Neko Boy Blue? How you doing? You're not allowed to like meme things, Kiara. It's illegal. Slade is our avatar. He represents XMT like Ariel represents Isha. I keep forgetting that Slade is XMT. I thought he was just a quick battle warrior. Pox Riders and Plague Drones, I didn't actually know if they got buffs. I knew very little about their stats, and I don't have patch notes. I just have what I can, like, see. So I knew people had talked about the Frogs of Nurgle having AP now, which I knew they didn't. And they get anti-infantry. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'll make a little video about that. And then somebody wanted me to also check out Rot Flies when I got access. So I was like, sure. And I checked them out. I was like, oh, okay. Rot Flies went from being total garbage to meh. They're meh. They're not great. They're not bad. They're meh. The cat abandoned the chair. Go, go, go! Been standing for 42 minutes. That's 85 minutes too long. I never want to stand again. My cat made the seat warm, though. That's kind of fun. All right, game one. Lizardmen versus Empire. I know you would love the frogs. I did like the frogs, though. I think Slade's build might have been suboptimal. Rank 9 Orc Aura Boys across the board and no front line, and then frogs just walked up and rolled over them. Alright. Both builds actually getting set up rather quickly, so we can already start talking about them. For the Empire, front line of swordsmen, secondary line of halberdiers and some spears, 2 huntsmen, 2 war wagons. Woo! Everybody loves war wagons! 2 Empire Knights, that's a joke. And Karl Franz up on Deathclaw. Good to see him. I wonder what he's doing here. I don't particularly love him against Lizardmen, but okay. Then we have Flesh to Stone and Earthblood for a caster. 1 Demigryph Knights with halberds to kill some monsters and such. And yeah, the 2 war wagons. Cool, cool. On the other side, for Nurgle's PA, a bunch of skinks, some Saurus spears to add a little bit of backup, 2 skink hordes with javelins. Looks like 3 feral cold ones. 2 chameleon skinks on the far flanks. We do have a Bastildon Revivification Crystal supporting a feral Carnosaur. I have been liking these things more and more recently. They aren't world beaters, they aren't incredible, but I do think they are solid anti-large duelists, and especially with all the healing on the Lizardman roster, it is pretty easy to keep them in the fight. They'll trade up. They'll trade up pretty well, especially against things like Imric and maybe, I guess, Karl Franz. Normally I would be sus of it versus the Empire, but since there's Karl Franz, it'll be pretty good at hunting him down. But I really do like him against dragon factions. 1,600 gold and taking big bites out of crime, and dragons, they'll usually pay for themselves. 2 Cold One Spear Riders as well, and a Life Slan with Regrowth and Earthblood. Neato. So that Slade is a known tryhard. He is a well-known tryhard. Shame be on Slade, though we literally just said he's a memer, but yeah, he's a tryhard for sure. When wagon spam will get you cast by turn. We don't speak his name here. I'm gonna continue this feud until it gets me to the top of YouTube through spicy drama clicks. What's your problem with him? Drama clicks. Skinks are pounding into the front line. Swordsman versus Skinks is a pretty bad wet noodle contest, but the Skinks will eventually lose it. The Lizardmen don't really seem to care about that. They are trying to move around on all the flanks and just generally ignore that the frontline fight's even happening. And these Saurus are standing around menacingly. Where'd the Carnosaur go? There he is. He's just wandering. Feral Cold Ones trading with Empire Knights, but Saurus Spears are coming to join. The Chameleon Skinks are offering a little bit of support. And we do have attack orders on to Franz's Cold One Spear Riders. Line up. Can Franz get off the ground before they arrive? Because if they tie him up, then the Carnosaur will come in. There's other shit going on the other side, but we don't care about that. We care about this. Okay. He is sufficiently on the ground. Go, Cardo, go! Kick his ass! Rawr. Nice first hit, little buddy. Rawr. Nice second hit, little buddy. Rawr. Ah, counter hit. Boo. Party foul. Party foul. Kill this man. Ooh, yeah, you're really killing that man. All right, Demic Knights of the Halberd are getting a rear charge. They're going to absolutely demolish all these Cold Wind Spear Riders. And having 2 Cold Wind Spear Riders in a blob like this is probably too many assets committed. Sword of Spears in the blob as well, though, will help with the Demigryph Knights a little bit of poking. But having 2 units of the same size around here is tough. But can you see what I'm saying about the Carnosaur? Look at him. He's just tearing Franz apart. He's such a good boy. He's already gotten half his value back in like a minute of fighting. Look at him go. Look at my glorious, beautiful boy. Oh, I got distracted by Demigryphs, that bitch. No, Carl Franz is going to escape. Okay, what's going on with the rest of the battle? Now that we got done with the blob fight real quick. Swords fighting halberds is fine. We have some Empire Knights currently AFK. Clearly the players were also focusing on the blob fight and not really doing too much with the other thing. But ooh, really good damage onto Nurgle PA's healing. Though I suppose he does have a Life Salon to offer a little bit more support to that Revivification Crystal. It is a nice shout out that Revivification Crystals cannot heal themselves, so killing it before killing whatever it's going to heal is a good little play. Franz is getting walked off by the Cold Wind Spear Riders. Even if he gets into the air now, they're still close enough. They should be able to walk him off the field, which would be a pretty bad thing for the Empire. Meanwhile, Huntsmen and War Wagons are just taking their day out on these poor dinosaurs. The Demigryph Knights with halberds have also been requiting themselves quite nicely. The Cold Wind Spear Riders have taken a lot of damage. Even one that support got some healing. Still at half HP. So we do have a full health Feral Carnosaur running around. He has gotten healing, so it's not a natural full health, but full health is full health, god damn it. And on the far side, Empire Knights woke up from their little nap and killed an entire Chameleon Skink. So Helmet is definitely firing back. Damage values are very similar. Lizardmen taking a slight lead. They're also taking a slight lead on the balance of power, and it is a lead I agree with. Losing your Lord is tough. And the Imperials are rather stalwart on leadership as far as mortal factions go. Like, they're mid-tier. They're not high elf or dwarf level of leadership, but they're not Skaven or Beastmen either, right? But still, losing your Lord for a mortal faction is really tough. We're going to see Terror out coming in for these Huntsmen pretty quickly. And that'll make this Feral Carnosaur a real problem to deal with when everything you have will Terror out when nearby it. War Wagons are going to have to carry their weight, and they are trying. They have a ton of ammunition left. They're just trying to roll away from these Cold Wind Spear Riders, taking a little bit of poke damage as they go. Yeah, Cold Wind Spear Riders are effectively getting off their attacks for like the first time ever onto the War Wagons. The War Wagons actually do rout. Halberdiers trying to peel off those Cold Wind Spear Riders, but that just means these other the other War Wagons get stuck in Sora Spears, so they just kind of traded out what type of bad situation they were dealing with. Feral Carnosaur still going absolutely nuts in the back. Killing some poor Imperial Knights. Routing off more Huntsmen, and the Revivification Crystal even gets a regrowth of its own. Sloan just trying to keep his little healing buddy still alive. Lizardmen are pulling significantly ahead in the balance of power at this point, and yeah. It was a good shot from the Empire. It was a good try. But once Franz landed, the lizard pounced upon him like feral jungle cats. Row, row. Democrats from the halberds. Wow. Not getting a lot of value. I kind of thought, considering they got a rear charge on a Cold One fight, and they were fighting against the Feral Carnosaur, and then they were fighting against the Revivification Crystal, I kind of thought the Demigryph Knights with halberds would be getting insane value, but not really. Shockingly low value. War Wagons also a little low on the value. They haven't gotten the targets exactly that they wanted. Firing in again on the Revivification Crystal. It's getting an Earthblood now, getting close to its heal cap. But the second War Wagon was run off, so this is the only one we get. It's at over half ammunition still. I just don't think that is going to be enough. As far as the other forces of the Empire, everything is falling apart. You have a healthy Huntsman up on the hillside, but as soon as the lizards realize that they're there, it's just going to be GG, and Helmet will back out. Alrighty. Slon Mage Priest did fine. Carnosaur, 50 gold short of paying for itself with a full health bar. That a boy. That a boy right there. Look at that thing. Look at him. Look at him. He's so proud. Cold Wind Spear Riders did well. They did very well. Fucking hate that unit. I hate it. They taunt me. I can't get them to work. They just suck and die every time. But then when they do well, I wanted them to suck and die every time. The rest of the roster did fine. Franz just got caught, so he's not going to get incredible values. War Wagons did all right. Empire State Troops did fine. Huntsman got shut down really quickly. Empire Knights did well. Democrats with Halberds are surprisingly not the ticket, even though they got the exact fight you'd think that they'd want. So that's a little surprising. Spirit of the Gourd with the €10 donation. Thank you very much. Actually did a Human Boy RP in a career aspiration interview today. I even did the voices and it totally worked. Your channel is very fun. Keep doing what you're doing, my man. Mucho lovin'. Thanks. I'm glad it didn't get you in a bunch of trouble because I am a lot. Bob Palpatine with the base takes. What up, dude? Democrats just have a bad stat line? Yeah, probably. Hi! Hi, I'm being attacked by a pup. I'm being attacked by a pup. What's up, my floppy-eared lady? What you doing? You wagging your tail and yawning and looking at me intently for some reason? I gave you lunch when I came home. We can't take you for a walk because it's raining outside, and I don't want you to get a little puppy cold. And plus, you hate being wet, so you wouldn't like that anyway. We'd take 2 steps outside the door, and you'd be like, let's go home. This sucks. Yeah. So what do you want? We got you a new toy. You destroyed it. Yeah. Okay. Get slightly closer to me. That's not answering any of my persistent questions. Are you answering none of my persistent questions? Are you answering none of my persistent questions? None of my persistent questions? None of them? Why won't you answer any of them? No. No, little puppy. All right, what do we have? Nurgle's PA is on Dark Elves versus Helmut's Khorne. That feels rough. All right, this might be a 2-0 with that matchup. I hate this for Khorne. I hate it. Lucinda's in chat. He's pretty good at Khorne. Maybe he knows how to win this, but I don't know. The couple times I've played Khorne versus Dark Elves, I felt hopeless. Then again, I just generally feel hopeless versus Dark Elves. It's my own personal. It's my personal block or whatever you call it. Okay, you seem to just be chilling with the pets, so I hope that was what you desired out of that interaction. Imagine it raining, snowing here. Yeah, GS, where you live, I won't dox you, but where you live, I don't know if you guys have had any melt yet, but if you haven't had any melt, you have to have an insane amount of snow. Samurai Warrior just wrote, I would fit in very well to XMT. Join XMT then. Do it. Do it. All right. Okay. Well, now I have a Mukau who's demanding my attention. Hazel Basil now gets to play with Janie a lot. Grace's parents, who live pretty nearby, got a new puppy in December, so now she's like 4 or 5 months old. So we try to take her over there about once or twice a week and get some energy out. I want to go on more runs with her, but it's been a really cold and stormy spring. Alright, game starting. Just gotta write myself a note, because you all just reminded me that I have to plant my garden soon. Yumbo, yes. Thoughts on Chaos Dwarves? Fun looking. fun looking. Not particularly strong. I think they will be mid-tier or even lower mid-tier. I have some PvP games to play with another content creator tonight. Hopefully I will get a better read on their meta there. So far I've just been looking at some of their units and like testing them versus AI and stuff, but I haven't PvP'd much with them. They look mid or lower mid-tier. There's something I was going to say, but I forgot. Oh, yeah. Some people, I think they'll have the Kislev treatment. This isn't to be negative. I like to just share my honest thoughts, you know, positive and negative. But there's a lot of cool things about the Chaos Dwarves. I could see the Chaos Dwarves suffering a community fate similar to Kislev, where some people find them cool and some people find them absolutely toxic because they have a lot of unbreakable units. They have healing for unbreakable units. They have a lot of single entities, which could lead to single entity like blob type builds. And they have a lot of bonuses based on standing near other units. So they could end up being a blobby boxy type faction that relies on stupid high leadership, high armor, healing, and even unbreakable, which I just know from the like a lot of that sounds like Kislev and Cathay kind of smashed together. And they could play like that, and I could see people really disliking them, playing against them. I think anybody who plays as them will have a good time, win or lose, but I think certain people will not enjoy playing against them just because of their stats. But I don't think they'll be a particularly high-tier faction. I think they'll be mid or mid-low. Just because of expense. Like, their roster's going to be limited by how expensive everything is. Yeah. Based on my dog experience, which is similar. Yeah, she probably wants to play. She always does. Show cat? Okay. And then we gotta do the game. Hit. Kitty cat. There you go. Okay. For Nurgle's PA and the Dark Elves, we have the Crows of Cain, Harpy, ROR, 2 Dark Rider Repeater Crossbows, 2 Dark Riders Regular, 2 Scourge Runner Chariots, Malekith up on his dragon with Chillwind and Shoalstealer, 2 Cold One Knights, 2 Dread Spears, 4 Bleak Swords, and that is it. On the other side for Khorne, 2 Fleshhounds, 4 Fleshhounds total, 2 Skull Crushers, 6 Marauders of Khorne, 3 with dual weapons, 3 with axe and shield, 1 Minotaur of Khorne with 3 weapons, and Valkia up in the sky. Probably the best Lord choice right now for Khorne, her or the Herald. I have seen really, really impressive stuff out of. Nice flank here from Helmet, got sneakily up through the woods. Dark Elves didn't see him coming, and now Skull Crushers just get to eat an entire Dark Rider alive that had to sacrifice itself to keep this repeater crossbow safe. Now, that is a good play by both players. Nurgle's PA recognizing that he just has to throw a unit away for a second to get anybody out of there, and then nice overall flank play to just get a free Dark Rider, because that Skull Crusher took almost nothing in return, so nice stuff from both sides. Marauders are colliding into the front line now. I actually don't know who wins between Marauders of Khorne and Bleak Swords. Marauders of Khorne are more expensive overall than this front line, but they're still probably just going to lose because Marauders of Khorne suck ass. More Fleshhounds are streaming out of the woods, though. More Dark Riders are getting caught unawares. Nurgle PA is definitely, unfortunately, taking the worst end of the mobility trades, while the front line does seem to be going just fine for him. More Fleshhounds flanking around. Skull Crushers also flanking. Try to stay in the trees. I do worry that this attack is getting a little too delayed with how long it's taken this flank to set up. But the other flank's going fantastically. Fleshhounds have already killed Dark Riders. Skull Crushers piling in on Scourge Runner Chariots that are caught up in the Fleshhounds. Fleshhounds are not dog-sized units. They are large. So they caught up on the Scourge Runners, kept them in place, and the Skull Crushers just tear them down. That's one of the 2 Scourge Runners already out of the game. Khorne is up about 2-1 in damage value. And the front line's now starting to fall apart with a little bit of Spear Sloup near support from Valkia, and Minotaur is down in the south end. The north end's still going fine for the Dark Elves, but it doesn't look like Khorne gives too many shits about what's going on up there. Skull Crushers get side charged by Dread Spears and Cold One Knights. They're doing well versus the Cold One Knights for now. They don't really want to sit in the Dread Spears, especially with Murderous Prowess popped for the whole Dark Elf army, but it looks like they are just going to take the fight against the Cold One Knights and hope for the best. Meanwhile, in the back, Fleshhounds are chasing Dark Riders, Peter Crossbows. As long as they're running away, they can't shoot. They're not a 360 shooting skirmish cav. They can only shoot what's in front of them. Valkyria's fighting the Crows of Cain, and things are going really well for Khorne overall. Some Fleshhounds did get caught by Dread Spears, so a couple of Dread Spear engagements going well for the Dark Elves, but otherwise, it's been tough. Malekith's going to have to do some serious carrying if he wants to pull this one out. Another Chill Wind hits some Marauders of Khorne. And one Fleshhound is disintegrated, while Minotaurs get a rear charge here onto Cold Knights, who are trying to ignore them and go after Skull Crushers. Fleshhounds are now cornering the Dark Rider unit with nowhere to go. They will be trapped and eaten alive, most likely. Oh, they just filter right into the corner, and the Fleshhounds kind of stall. Apparently just playing with their food, and no longer. Pretty immediate and swift death for the cornered little Dark Elves. Skull Crushers chasing around Scourge Runner Chariots and Dark Riders in the woods. The Scourge Runners are doing a lot of damage to them while they're running away. How's the rest of the battle looking? Nice Soul Stealer onto Valkia. And some Marauders, but it's mostly about Valkia, though, with the countercharge coming in here. The Minotaurs of Khorne are going to make Malekith pay if he really stays on the ground after they're done with those Crows of Cain. So Malekith is going to get orders to path out. Probably pretty smart. Balance power is about even, but I feel like Khorne's just been taking this. Kind of shocked it's that even, though I suppose Dark Elves are now even on the damage value, so maybe I shouldn't be that shocked. Another Spear Sleipnir takes out some more Bleak Swords, tries to rout things off. But the Mino's getting a little low from Cold One Knights and Spears poking away at them. Skull Crusher's low-ish. These Skull Crushers just under half health. Yeah, I still think Khorne's doing fine, but balance power comes back in their favor a little bit. Damage value's about even. Alright. Golden Knights, Bleak Swords all getting pushed off. Crows of Cain are back. And these Scourge Runner Chariots in the woods, they only have 2 volleys left, and they finally get caught up in these Fleshhounds and Skull Crushers, and they just get absolutely mulched as Malekith dives in to try and save them. I don't know if he wants to use a Soul Stealer here. It is 2 pretty decent targets, but he doesn't need the healing yet, and Soul Stealer is a spell that, sure, it does a lot of damage, but you mostly want it for the healing on the big Dragon Lord. So if you use it too aggressively to punish blobs and you don't actually heal off of it, Malekith can end up getting sniped out in the late game. Fleshhound's awful close to disintegrating. Down to 1 leadership, now 0, but still not technically disintegrating at all just yet. Skull Crusher's still holding him in place, and more Skull Crushers and Valkia and Minos are coming. Oh no, Malekith's gonna want to get out of here now. I imagine we'll have a Soul Stealer dropped on all 4 of these really expensive units, the 2 Skull Crushers, Valkia, and Minotaurs, not the Fleshhounds. Who gives a shit about them? But still, I don't think it is going to be enough to really save Malekith in this situation. He's taking so much damage. Took 2,000 in the blink of an eye. Took another 1,000 right there. Yeah, he's having a bad, bad day. Soul Stealer trying to bail him out of the situation, but that is just going to be it. More Marauders of Khorne are piling in. It's just more and more Khorne units, and the Dark Elves are nowhere to be found anywhere nearby. And even after his Soul Stealer heal, Malekith is still down to like just under half HP. It's a tough time for him. Skull Crusher's getting low. Doesn't matter too much. Yeah, because Dark Elves, really all they have left on the map is this Repeater Crossbow, which admittedly has a lot of ammunition, but it's never going to get to shoot it, right? As long as Khorne just sends 1 unit after it like it currently is, the Dark Rider never really gets to sit and fire. Dread Spears fighting to the last. The Fleshhound does fade away. Skull Crushers are immortal units, so if they do get routed, they'll probably rally and come back until almost the very, very end. They are so elite that usually their leadership will hold to the last. To the last bullet, to the last man. Aru, aru, aru. If you ever watched Red Tails. That movie was stupid, but it was funny. It was a stupid movie, though. A machine gun blows up a train. Like, straight up a train. Not an oil tanker. Not like, oh, I shot a gas can in a movie, so it blew up. A guy shoots the front of a train with a machine gun, and the whole train explodes. It's dumb. It's very dumb. It was a movie I enjoyed watching. I'm happy I watched it. It's very dumb. 50% spell resist on Fleshhounds? Oh, I don't even know they had that high of spell resist. God damn. Still, with how low their leadership was, where they were at 0/1 for a while, any spell damage would really tip them over the edge. So what's the Dark Elf plan here? They have Bleak Swords fighting, they have Dread Spears coming back. I guess they're waiting for a big Soul Stealer from Malekith. I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah. Okay, let's see where chat was. Demand our fair share of pets too. No! You get nothing! What do Dark Elves got except for Malekith and Scourges? Witch Elves are pretty good. Dark Riders are pretty good. Dark Rider Pure Crossbows are actually really nice. Those are kind of coming back in the meta a little bit. We saw Coldwood Dreadknights for a brief period, and they went away, but nothing actually happened to them, so they could be secretly kind of good in the background. XMT is winning tons of Dawn tourneys. I see. Oh no, a healing box. Cathay Dwarf box meta. Faithful Lane. Doggo greater than cat. I would also agree, but I do like both my furry friends. In reality, John counts as moto as much as FFA. It's kind of fun occasionally, but wears out, and I'm sure as hell is competitive. Oh! Sorry, while I was reading chat, I liked that line up for one shot onto Valkia, then turn around and Fleshhounds are right there and just eat them alive and then immediate surrender. That's pretty good. That's good. Where's the guy I saved my seat for? He's fighting VM Gifson. They had some troubles getting to fight each other, find each other on Discord and such, so we are spectating the first semifinal. Sounds like they're in game 3 now, so the guy that took your spot at least took a game off of, took a game off Gifson. Alright. Cold One Knights did alright. Malekith did alright. Scourge Runners, even while getting caught, did better than some units. Dark Red Peer Crossbows just got harassed by Hellhounds all across the map, and Bleak Stars and Dread Spears did fine. On the other side, Valkia did alright. Marauders of Khorne did shit, like they always do, because they're shit. Fleshhounds of Khorne did fantastically, because they're really, really, really good. Blood Skull Crushers actually did really nicely. Minos did too. Cool. So all the mobility stuff of Khorne did great. Their infantry sucked and died. Which is really weird. It's really weird that Khorne infantry is like the worst of the 4 demon factions. If you consider cost, there's an argument to be made there. Because Tzeentch is cheaper. Well, the Marauders are the same price. And Khorne Marauders are definitely better than Tzeentch Marauders. Alright, Khorne's the second worst as far as Marauders go. Tzeentch is worse, but that's fine. Like, that's kind of a... That's a balanced thing. Tzeentch is supposed to be worse. It's not his shtick. Helmet and Nurgle's PA 1-1. Skirmish mode turned on, it seems. Yeah. Okay. So, like, the Curse of the Necrarch? Oh, God. It's better than the Curse of the Necrarch, but, yeah, it's not that great. Khorne would have been busted pre-game 3 where spell and magic resist was the same. Oh, yeah, they would have gotten some overall magic resist and then physical resist, which is essentially just full-out damage resist. Isn't this really a stretching attacking rules? Yes, but they're newer players, so I'm overall much more lenient on rules stuff. Fast forward a bit. I can't. It's a live game. Yeah, I'm more lenient on rule stuff with new players, and there was no hope for the Dark Elves to win that. You know, it's fun watching new players because I don't just do metas all day. Rusty rooting for Nurgle's PA. Even though we, the stream, picked Helmut? What the hell, Rusty? When I get this game after not playing Total War for over a year, do I count as new still? I don't know. Nurgle's PA and Helmet are both pretty good too. New is a broad term. It's not really. something you need to overly define and be meticulous about. Because, I mean, Helmut beat me one time we were playing. We did an Empire Mirror and he beat me in it. Doesn't make him not a new player. So, depends on your view. Alright, looks like we have High Elves versus Vampire Counts. How did this happen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. High Elves have a pretty awful build to fight Vampire Counts with, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to beat the counts. But even in ODM, we have shit players like Alfredino and me. I think the only rule that should really be enforced is don't take 2 years to make a build. Yeah, players mostly in this... Yeah, players today haven't had too many build issues. This wallpaper is sick, by the way. Thanks. It's the Skaven campaign loading screen. It is not mine. Weird. Punctuation and symbols. Oh my god! That's kind of hilarious. YouTube's mad at me about my 21 free DLC changes video because it has dwarfs in it. I mean, they're thinking of it as the IRL, like, potentially, you know, problematic stuff, talking about real people, but I'm talking about a fantasy race. Okay. That is annoying that I'd have to potentially redo that. I guess I'll have to look into it after the stream, but it's funny they're just like, you said dwarf, not allowed. Yeah, it looks like I'll just have to redo it, which is really goddamn annoying. Because they shut it down entirely. So I can't even reactivate it, it just says removed. Campaign policy and review. But it also says removed. So I don't know. I'll deal with it later. That's annoying, though. Game Boy pinup calendar loading screen when? Every day. Does Nurgle's PA know about the box, though? Probably. YouTube AI content believes, like, no, their squats get it right. Yeah. I switched the offending language to Chaos Dowie, and I know, like, real dwarf fans are gonna be like, the Dowie are the Dowie, the Chaos Dwarves are different. I'm like, I know that, but YouTube doesn't, and we're on a limited time frame here. Is it age restricted or banned? Banned. Alright. Anyway, while I was dealing with that, we got the builds. This is pretty much the high elf build from Nurgle's PA. Pretty much. It has 3 Lothern Seaguard and a Spearman instead of the Sisters of Avalorn ROR. And it has a Fire Phoenix instead of an Ice Phoenix, but otherwise it's the same. The Dowies are true. Yeah. Not well. The Dowies are. Okay. So for the high elf, Blob Box Healy Blocks Bob Blob Blob build, we have Alariel. She gives everybody around her physical resist, and she gives them all magic attacks and gives them ITP. And then she gives them all damage resist when she casts spells, and she heals them all whenever she casts spells. Also, she casts an AoE healing spell, and she has Tempest in case anybody's up in the sky with her. She also has an AoE healing healing spell. You have a Star Dragon, you have a Fire Phoenix thing, apparently. Usually you have the Frost Phoenix for the AoE Sky debuff of, like, 5 melee attack and stuff. On that, Silver and Guard, Keepers of the Flame, Phoenix Guard, more Silver and Guards, Modern Sea Guard with their bows and arrows, huzzah, and it's a little spear box. The other side for the vampire counts, actually not going with really any sky units. We have 1 Vargeist, but not nearly enough to be considered a flying build at all. 5 Zombos, triple Graveguard, and then 2 more Graveguard. Nope, 1 Graveguard with great weapons, then the Skeleton Warrior ROR. We do have a Mortis Engine. And 3 Cryptors, plus a Corpse Cart with an Unholy Lodestone. So 2 different healing auras from them. We also have Vlad von Carstein. It's been a long time, dear Vlad, but he is back. The -4 leadership aura around him is actually going to be pretty clutch, because High Elves get quite low in leadership and then just manage to hang on for another couple seconds. But we'll see if he can keep the Mortis Engine healthy. That's going to be a problem with the archers and the dragons and stuff, but we'll see if he can do it. Counts, it's been 7 years. This is the second Counts game on the stream. They beat Dark Elves earlier. A girl, a horse, and a Zimbi. If you know that reference, Grace would be a big fan of you. If you don't, Grace will never talk to you. Okay. I am scared for the Vampire Counts build, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, I'm working, Fat Kid at Recess. I was, now I'm here, and then after this I gotta go back, so... Same, kinda. Mm-hmm. Do you guys think the High Elf, Spear Box Blob thing will defeat the Mighty Vampire Counts, or the Vampire Counts heal... Not as much a blob. Not as this is a pretty wide rush, so just healing. Will their healing overcome? Can you ask Grace to join the chat? If she wasn't at work right now. She's at work right now. Let's see, under Tourney, they're probably gonna start firing into zombies. Huh. No, guess not. Guess they're just gonna walk around. Count's still slowly moving up, as is their birthright. Wow, those Graveguard are actually kind of running. You think you're going to see a 10-minute blob fight? Oh, you wish you were going to see a 10-minute blob fight. You're going to see a 40-minute blob fight. Vlad amongst the spears to be like a hedgehog on ants. Now, one thing that has changed about the spear box blob thing is the physical resist of Alariel isn't nearly as potent versus vampire counts as it used to be for this thing, because all the Graveguard have magic damage until next patch. But these guys do all have magic damage, so they bypass the physical resist. It'll still work versus the Crypt Horrors and stuff, but just saying. Laud and Seaguard firing at the Mortis engine as zombies waddle their way towards the front line. Then they stop because they didn't actually get attack orders. Now they get attack orders. Just a little whoopsie in the micro there. And Helmet's probably got to send Vlad forward, throw down a zombie or a skeleton summon in the middle here, and then when those guys are locked up, then move the Mortis engine up. These Vargeists are just going to be murdered, though. Like, I imagine there will be a Tempest swiftly coming in for them, and then while they're slowed, all three of these aerial single entities are just going to eat them alive. Graveguard lose magic damage next patch? Yes, they do. Archers teeing off onto the Crypt Horrors. Decent little shots. These guys do have regen. They will be okay in the long run, but the zombies are already almost dead. And the Mortis engine's stalling out well within range of the archers. It does need to keep moving. If it's going to be in range, it needs to just get up there and get on with it. Vlad is throwing down a summon. Is it overcast skeletons or just zombies? It is just zombies. And the Graveguard are here. They're kind of trying to go into single file formation to get really in there, but it's not going to work. Silver Guard are trying to stop them in their progress, and Vlad just dives straight in. But now he's without support. Star Dragon stuff could dive down on him. Vargei's taking a fight in the air. They are getting a Tempest cast on them, and they're trying to peace out for now. We'll see how far they get. They do get a quick heal, invocation to heck up onto them. Just make them annoying. Really make the High Elves work for it. And with all three of the single entities leaving the blob, this is the time to shine. The Mortis engine can't get breath attacked right now. Vlad can't get dove on by the Star Dragon or anything, so it is pain o'clock. And the Mortis engine's struggling to actually touch anything. There we go. Now that it's touching, it is getting the drain off. Looks like only onto 2 units. I'm kind of surprised this one isn't getting drained right now. Law and Seaguard turn, start firing at the Mortis engine. Vlad's going to throw down another summon, try and stop that nonsense before it really gets going. And the Vargeists are almost dead. So Corpse Card is involved in the fight, giving everybody some buffs, but Keepers of the Flame have ran over and started a second fight over there, which is not what the Vampire counts want. Now this does leave the High Elf backline a little bit open. Maybe these Graveguard can come around and sneak in the back and actually do some good work, but overall, Keepers of the Flame are going to kill everything over here. Across time, that'll be bad. Big breath attack on the Mortis engine. Gets invocation to heck, trying to heal it back up. The Star Dragon's going to dive on it. It is trying to get away from him while Vlad continues to fight. Alongside his Crypt Horrors, he's actually going okay. The Mortis engine's dying horrifically, so that's not going okay. This fight, okay. This fight, not okay. Nurgle's PA is up about 2 to 1 on damage value, 4,000 to 2,000. Mortis engine starts to leave. Crypt Horror still trying to fight, but every unit in this blob box is a spear, so really they don't have that much of a home, and Graveguard are now streaking in to deal with some of the archers. How's leadership going? The Silver Guard are starting to falter a little bit. That's a positive. First Star of Avalorn is coming out, and it's hitting the Silver Guard a bit, hitting both the single entities, and more Crypt Horrors are actually pulled out of the spear fight and run over to help deal with the Star Dragon. This could get risky for the High Elves, and they'll circle up and start beating this guy to death. Another invocation to heck on the Mortis engine, and no archers are really in place to punish it at all. So, yeah. More healing going out for the High Elf army. The Mortis engine decides to just skirt away a little bit, go fight someone else, go get something else done doesn't involve Giant Star Dragon. That's just not a good time. Silver Guard, Laud and Seaguard getting close to breaking as the Graveguard continue to pile in. You missed a whiffed Dragon Breath? Whoops. I saw the one that murdered the Mortis engine. The Mortis engine gets in here, and now it's doing some really good draining. I saw the effect on most, if not all, of the spear units in this blob. God damn. The Mortis engine's just cruising through, being annoying. I do think it probably needs to sit near the Keepers of the Flame. that would be a good shout out because killing them in melee is going to be a giant pain in the ass. Star Dragon does path its way out of the Crypt Horrors, trying to get back up in the sky where it is going to go punish the Mortis Engine yet again. No, it's going to breath attack the Corpse Cart, interestingly enough, and some zombies and stuff, but yeah, probably should just breath attack the Mortis Engine again. You can already see its heal cap. Another big shot from the Dragon. And I hope the Mortis Engine stays in some kind of combat just to get what draining it can done before the Dragon inevitably takes it out. We are getting some terror routes, we're getting some natural routes. Without any mobility units whatsoever, the Vampire Counts might have issues really taking out the units that they route, but oh well, routing them still good. Get them outside the blob, get them outside the box. Vlad's beating up a Phoenix still. Star Dragon's trying to punish the Corpse Cart, and the Mortis Engine is getting left alone, which could be a bit of a mistake here from Norio's PA. Helmet has caught back up on the damage value, which considering, I mean, both armies have a shit ton of healing, but considering the healing the Vampire Counts have used in this fight already, you don't really want to be even with them on damage value. You kind of need to be ahead. Vlad's still kicking the Phoenix in the teeth along with some Crypt Horror friends. The Star Dragon, he's a little lost in the sauce. He needs to find a better target to be fighting than random Crypt Horrors, like killing the Mortis Engine, for example, is a pretty huge thing to do. Vampire Counts have taken a significant lead on the balance power. We tend to agree. Zombies are trying to chase Lava and Seaguard all the way off the map. We'll see if they can succeed. But man, that Mortis Engine, he was having a rough start to the game. Now it's piling up the value on this spear box. And Vlad has rejoined the fight versus the Star Dragon. He's really just walking wherever he pleases and beating the shit out of things. He's getting good damage down. Keepers of the Flame still trying to hold. Crypt Horrors approaching their heal caps. Except for that one. No idea how that one's done. He seems fine. He seems to be chilling. Silver Guard and Spearman and Lava and Seaguard. A lot of them just routing from the Mortis Engine. The Mortis Engine is almost heal capped as well. Another Star of Avalorn. I think that is the last one, right? Yeah, that's the last one. Healing up the Star Dragon yet again. His heal cap is also probably pretty close. He's always trying to stop these Lava and Seaguard from rallying and firing, but they're just not going to. There's only like 4 of those models left. Yep, they're dead. The butt bombs are approaching, doing good damage to the Grave Guard. Now we still do have a Corpse Cart Unholy Lodestone, getting everybody here +5 melee attack, melee defense, perfect vigor, or actually better than perfect vigor, and healing. So, yeah. But those bomb drops are really doing good work here. Nope, not the Star Dragon, this thing. It's accruing a bunch of value. God, he's still going. How many do you have left, my guy? All right, 0. He's done. And the Flamespire Phoenix is going to go try and die if the Mortis Engine gets a little bit of an Earthblood heal. Star Dragon's heal cap has appeared. So has Alariel's. The Keeper of the Flames still fighting. And Crypt Horrors have dipped outside the blob. They're going to fight Lava and Seaguard and Silverguard. Though honestly, Silverguard should be able to win that. It's just if the Lava and Seaguard can hang on long enough for them to do so. We do have Graveguard and Zombies and Karnakskhan and Stalkers leaving the blob box blob. And Vlad is going to be a problem. Like, even if you somehow kill the rest of this, Vlad is not going anywhere. No breath attacks left for the High Elf healing blob. Could make it really hard for them to take out anything. Phoenix does die straight up, doesn't get its rebirth at all. Keepers of the Flame getting Mortis Engine down, just too much for them to really deal with. And I think this is the end game for the High Elves. The Vampire Counts will not be defeated this day. And Vlad proving he has a place, goddammit. He has a place. Did you miss the bird pooping? Yep. Ooh. Stretch. Ooh. Good stretch. L'Oreal, good support value. Star Dragon, good value. Keeps the Flame, good value. Phoenix, great job. Silver Guard held and mostly paid for themselves. Lava and Seaguard struggled a bit. And the Spearmen struggled a little bit. Vlad did great. Vargeist got cut down immediately. Zombies were there. Graveguard did pretty well, actually. And the Great Weapons one did fantastically. Karnakstein Stalkers did fine. Crypt Horrors did well. The Corpse Cart and the Mortis Engine both did great. I mean, the Corpse Cart didn't do any damage, but it's just a support thing, so yeah. It's a GG. It was a pretty well handling of a quite popular style of High Elf build versus Vampire Counts, so yeah. GG. All right. We don't have our other semifinal yet. So I gotta figure out what's going on there. They were in game 3 25 minutes ago, so that should be done soon. If not already done, they just haven't reported the scores. But Helmut made it to finals. Could he be the hero we predicted him to be? Or will Guillaume slash Griffith? Gibson, that's his name. Or Brave Moo. One of them bring him down in the finals. I don't know. I don't know, and frankly, I'm alarmed. I'm alarmed and scared. I think your opponent isn't ready yet. Yeah, I just pinged him and asked where they are. Because it's getting a little crazy. Okay, I was really worried for a second that I was like, wait, what can I not click on to show you anything? But I don't have the beta downloaded right now. So it's fine. Can you send you the codes you can join? I guess I can try and host as a spectator, but sometimes spectator will break the thingy. Okay. Give Radog a roll. Who wants one and why? You already have the roll, bird. Hey, Helmut's here. Helmut, you cheated. You're a cheater, and I don't like you. I have no evidence to back this up and no reason to call you such, but here we are. Oh, the Lost Crater River Amex on a night's run. Okay. Dude, you know what's exciting? That no one told me I can't talk about? Yeah, okay, yeah. No one said I can't talk about this. There are... You finished with the work? Nice. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 maps. I'm going to have my mods, as soon as they get access to Chaos Dwarves, check over to see if we can add to the Vermin League or to the tournament pools. But there's some pretty cool ones. There's some pretty interesting landscape ones. Where like there's one I like a lot that both parties start on dry land, and then there's a river between them on a low ground, and each side is mirrored. So one side has the center for both sides is a lead down to the river, and on one side the left is connected to the middle, right? It's just a ramp that leads down to the river, and it's center left. And there's a ramp that leads down to the river, center right on the other side. But then both sides have this like cliff alcove where you could put archers or a cannon or something that can't be flanked. But it's outside your spawn zone, so you would have to move up and get there. But it's just really cool. It's like mirrored, and it's like, yeah, it's fair for both sides, but it's also not a flat square map. So I kind of hope my mods will approve it, but you know, they always have eyes out for like, there's this bug or anything like that. All right, Brave Moo 1. Hello. I will invite him to this lobby. I Kissed the Frog. Alex Jones sings Katy Perry. Oh no, not Alex Jones. Oh no. You got the email, your guy won? Nice. Mr. Teufel has the inside deets. Okay. So if I have Guillaume here, I know the other guy will be on the other side, so I can at least do their names. Guillermo. So we have 2 best of 3s left. We have this best of 3 right here, and then we have whoever will attempt to defeat Helmut in the finals. And then that'll be a stream. Brave Mumu. That's a good name. Unless Mumu's a fucking coward, then it's a bad name. Because it's a lie. And you should never lie. It's the Skaven code. Never lie. Show them the one I sent you? I don't know if it'll be appropriate. You two are troublemakers. You've been troublemakers since the day you were born. Okie dokie. I know Guillaume plays Dark Elves. I don't know what other factions he likes. I think he's played some High Elves versus me before, but it's hard to tell if those are just meta or if those are what he actually likes to play. Mumu, I've literally never seen this person before, so let's find out. Probably know it's Void Laws Incarnate. Tongo Punto kicks Foster people. I'll watch it later. Or never! Alright, the picks and bands. Guillaume, Global Band, Grand Cathay. Brave Mumu, Global Band, Vampire Counts. Well, I do have meta thoughts, actually, if anybody cares. I think my early thoughts on the meta for land battles in the Chaos Dwarf DLC is probably going to be High Elves and Dark Elves don't get better, but they become the top of the meta because VC and Slanesh took pretty hardcore nerfs. Slanesh wasn't top of the meta, but bear with me. So VC and Slanesh took hardcore nerfs like straight up to their stat line. So they both moved down. I don't know how far down, but I'm guessing that counts goes from S to either A- or B. I don't see them going down to like C, but I could see them at B. Anyway, so with counts out of there, that leaves Grand Cathay as the last standing, generally thought of as S tier faction. And with Chariots all of a sudden working, Cathay is going to have a bad fucking time. If you remember before Mortal Empires came out, Cathay had a bad fucking time versus Kislev's war sleds rolling all over him and Stonehorns rolling all over him, which isn't a chariot, but it's the same sort of thing. Cathay does not like backline disruption tools at all. It just doesn't have great. It does not have great tools to deal with them. So Cathay, I think, just because chariots work now, their boxes are going to become less intensely good, and they'll shift down. So with everything shifting down, that leaves Dark Elves and High Elves, who didn't get any nerfs as far as I can see. I think Malekith got a little bit of a cost increase, but other than that, they're the same factions they were going to be. Now, Chariots kind of fuck with the High Elves a little bit. Like, again, not all of their play, but some of their play has just been spear boxes, which, again, Chariots will do pretty well against. So maybe they move down, but I still predict that High Elves and Dark Elves will be the top of the meta. But you might be like, oh my god, I can't watch another bunch of High Elf Dark Elf games. I mean, they'll probably get banned instead of Cathay and the counts, though. So, we'll see. Skaven took some nerfs, too, especially in their globes. They got buffs in other areas, but it's more fragile areas. Like, purple globes are strong, but they're super expensive compared to Poisonwind globes, because they're almost 50% more expensive. So that's a nerf. Warp Fire Throwers are stronger than they were in the current patch, but they're also much squishier than globes, and they're less reliable than globes because you need direct line of sight. Plague Monks got a buff, but they're squishy in their own right, so it's like, I think it's healthy changes for the Skaven. I'm not complaining at all. I think it's going to be good, but I do think it moves Skaven down in the tier list a bit. So we'll see how the meta shakes out. I think it's going to be a lot more open. Chariots being good brings greenskins a bit back up. Cav being good and Bretonia just got buffs brings them back up a little bit more. So, yeah. I do think the meta will... I think the meta will be different. I think some of the meta factions might be similar, but not the same. Yeah. We've honestly been seeing a decent amount of faction diversity in the late hours of this patch. Okay. What do we got? So the pick and ban ended up being Guillermo went with High Elves, Empire, or Tzeentch, banned Lizardmen. Brave Mumu went pick Vampire, Coast, ban Tzeentch. So it's High Elves versus Coast. Alright, cool. Love and Seaguard got a cost increase? True. I don't think it's that significant of a nerf, though, compared to, like, VC and Slanesh getting slapped across the goddamn face. I'll need to see the patch notes, right? I'm only digging through stuff and seeing what I can see. But Love and Seaguard got, like, a 50 gold cost increase or something, and Malekith got, like, a 200 gold cost increase. But that's not enough to make them, like, a D-tier faction. I still think they'll be pretty strong, but we have to see. Can Khorne become a Cathay counter? I mean, motorbikes, Gorby's chariots? Maybe. Because Khorne, I used to hate fighting Khorne as Cathay. It was tough. One way you could do it, again, pre-Immortal Empires, so Khorne didn't have throwing axes or mortal troops. You could, well, they had Chaos Warriors, but not Marauders. Anyway, and Novalkia. You could do 3 Celestial Dragon Guard, 2 War Compasses, and then Miao Ying, and, like, just spell, heal, blob spam. But I think with throwing axes and cheap Marauders you can throw into the fray, and Valkia's Spear, Sleipnir, that kind of build won't work anymore. So yeah, Khorne could actually roll over Cathay, maybe. It just depends on how good Gorby's chariots are. There's still some testing to do, because chariots got improved, and chariots are working now, but that doesn't mean they're good, right? Like, chariots worked in Warhammer 2, and there were still chariots that existed that were bad. Like, it's not like pump wagons were bad. They got buffs in this patch, but, like, talking about Warhammer 2, chariots were good at one point, and pump wagons were still bad. Ice Wolf chariots were still bad. Some of the High Elf chariots were bad. I'm not familiar enough with the High Elves to really point out which ones. So it's just like, just because chariots are working now doesn't mean every chariot that exists is going to be good. So for all we know, the Khorne chariots are still going to suck ass, and then... Whoops. All right, players are ready. Let's get this going. Did Khorne get buffs? Not that I could see, but I didn't spend too much time data mining them, honestly. Did Warfires get more range? No, they just got more damage. As long as I don't see L-stars all the time, yeah. So of my 4 factions, 1 got buffs, 1 stayed the same, 1 got small nerfs. What happened to Lizzie's? I've heard some things about Lizardmen, but I haven't seen anything, because their roster is huge, and trying to data mine through them. And by data mine, I don't mean, like, in the code. I just mean looking at every single unit and going off my memory by, like, I think that's the same. You know, because I was doing this in a rush in one night. I had to find something to make a video about, make a video, edit it, and get it out the door. So it has been far from perfect. And then today I had work, and now I'm streaming in front of you, so... It's not like I've just been poring over it. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can. Cornfoot cultists underrated. Just park them in the Cathay front line, drop Bloodletter, summon a missile. Or... Oh, that's true, Nico Boy Blue. There was that long time where you could never get the Bloodletter summon off because they had to be below half HP or something. It was really tough. Sorry, somebody just messaged me. Yeah, so I didn't notice anything on the Lizardmen, though I know Anticity was talking about some stuff, and I know other people are talking about some stuff, so there is things. I just haven't gotten to them yet. I looked at some Lizardmen stuff that was like obvious in my frame of mind and it didn't change, so yeah. I know that's not specific. I'm not trying to be coy. I'm just trying to remember what I did last night. And like did I look at that unit? Was there any changes? So it's tough. Alright, bye Cyrus. Okay. Builds. Focus, everybody. Jesus, I'm getting distracted. For the High Elves, we have 2 Silver Helms, 2 Illyrian Reavers from Guiama, then a bunch of Lothern Seaguard with shields, Talons Torquelada, basic archers, more Lothern Seaguard, more archers, 2 Bolt Throwers. We do have a Archmage of Fire up on her Eagle, Burning Head and Fireball, and then some Rangers and some Spearmen to hold down the front line. On the side of the Vampire Coast, we have the Lamprey's Revenge, routing Promethean Gunnery Mob ROR. A front line of triple Depth Guard, a whole bunch of Sword Zombies, triple Bomber Mob. Actually, I know you're all going to hate me, but people make mistakes. I haven't tested if the Bomber Mobs are still really strong or not. I know the Pistol Mobs took a nerf, but I haven't tested these guys. 4 Animated Hulks, 4 Bombers, and Count Noctilus with Pit of Shades, Invocation of Heck, and no Summon, interestingly enough. I mean, he has his item summon, but he didn't bring the summon spell. So Fireball coming for Noctilus. Meanwhile, the Towns of Torquelada are giving him some fire weakness. So just trying to get some nice poke out on him. He does have the Hunger. No, he didn't bring the Hunger, so he's going to have to heal himself up if he wants healing at any point in the game. Okay, cool. But it's a coast rush. This is as close to a rush as you're going to get with coast. I mean, it's all melee units except for a couple bombers. The Bolt Throwers are probably a little sad. They are going to shoot Animated Hulks and maybe the Rotting Prometheans. They probably should focus on them if they can, but I imagine they were hoping for more of Mortar-type gameplay. They're not super thrilled about being rushed right now. Zombie Power Deckhand Mob Summon does come out. It gets awfully clustered up on the release, but it should suffice to stop the Towns of Torquelada. Meanwhile, these Animated Hulks are getting out ahead of their front line. That is a mistake. Moo, if you're watching this back, they need to stay behind the zombies. Because they just charged into charge defense, braced spears, and got fucking murdered. Meanwhile, Burning Head tried to poke those Depth Guard, but Burning Head doesn't do that much damage to things with high armor, and Depth Guard certainly have that. So they're doing their best to hold in the front line. Burning Head does hit some of these bombers a little bit, just a little tickling. They'll be okay. It looks like their volley did take out those spearmen, so the zombies are pushing forward. Crab's getting involved at last, along with Animated Hulks. They do need to push through the front line. They don't want to stay on it. They want to get back to the archers rather than sit here and fight. And bam! Huge bomber. The volley, that's the word. Takes out Silver Helms and the Spearmen, instantly routing them off, and the Coast is here to play. The Coast is in the back line. Now, the High Elves are up on damage value about 1,000, but that is typical to see with, like, heavy range build versus a melee build. It's just about how much damage you can do before the melee gets to you, because once it gets to you, you're going to have an infinitely worse time. So these Depth Guard do need orders to move up. It looks like they're surprised how quickly they won that fight, and they don't actually have orders to move up just yet. Bombers getting involved to kill some more Rangers as they accidentally go underneath the map for a second. And now the Rangers are gone. The Animated Hulks have to move up, but we need to see the attacking forces really get aggressive attack orders and keep moving up as they win fights. They can't afford to just sit around after winning a battle. It looks like they're not. It looks like Moo is mostly on top of keeping things going. Frontline is gone for the most part. Backline is now under duress. You're going to see that damage value catch up a lot as units with full ammunition get crushed by Depth Guard, by Noctilus himself, by more Depth Guard. Another Burning Head comes out to take out the Bombers. How are we doing on bomber count overall? We have one that's healthy but not a lot of ammo, one that's healthy-ish, decent amount of ammo, and a wounded one. Decent ammo considering how wounded it is. They're trying to get one more volley off onto this Ranger, but the Ranger's already routing, so I hope they don't do too much friendly fire. Balance power's about dead even. I also agree with the game state being roughly so. The Coast have saturated the High Elf backline, so I think they're feeling pretty strong about their chances, but it's not been for free. They have taken a lot of damage in this advance, and they don't have any dogs to chase down anything, so they could have the issue of stuff coming back in the late game. I'm glad Moo didn't take this full health Depth Guard and chase the Lothern Seaguard with it, because that is not worth their time. Well, it would be nice to not let that Lothern Seaguard rally. It's just a full health Depth Guard is needed elsewhere, so that is a good play. Just wanted to shout it out. Fireball streaking in for Noctilus, doing some poke on him. I don't know if the High Elves have noticed he doesn't have any passive healing yet or not, but the poke is valuable, even though it takes out one of their own Bolt Throwers. The Bolt Thrower is about to be entirely shut down anyway, so it doesn't matter if you really kill one accidentally or not. Hulk's still fighting. Where are the Lamprey's Revenge? Why are they out here? They should be in the back line. I don't know what they're doing out here, but they're vibing. They're running around doing their own thing. And the High Elf Cavalry has been getting engaged where possible, but it's really taken a beating, and the Vampire Coast all of a sudden take the lead, as I told you they would, when units with high ammunition left, like those 2 bolt thrower crews, are just getting absolutely murdered. They're going to skyrocket ahead in value. Burning Head, I don't know how much damage to the Lothern Seaguard. I wasn't focusing on them, but it does come down the line. Hits some more undead, does some more good damage. Bomber mobs are just about out of ammo, so that threat is gone, but that threat also isn't needed very much longer. The High Elves are kind of running out of units to kill. Some animated hulks are fading away. Deckhand mobs are also crumbling down. And the High Elves getting a bit of a second wind. Fireball, I think it was misclicked because it's going to hit these, the bombers. I think that was meant to click on Noctilus. Yeah. Coast have caught up on the damage value. Yeah. Coast have caught up on the damage value, feeling pretty good, getting their shit back together. But the High Elf have some Cav back, some Archers back. I don't think it's going to be enough to carry the whole game, but it is an improvement. Bombers throwing their last couple volleys at these Illyrian Reavers who are just waiting for these deckhand mobs to crumble away, which thankfully crumbling also got some... that's a weird one to talk about because, like, if you say crumbling got buffs, it's like, wait, is crumbling better for the coast or crumbling itself does more damage? So, yeah, crumbling does more damage. It is a nerf to undead factions, but a buff to crumbling itself. Because crumbling is a bad thing. Yes. Anyway, you get my point. Alright, more fireballs. Again cast at the bomber mobs. Is that another misclick from Guillaume, or why did that not go towards the Noctilus? I don't know. Some mistakes there. Some mistakes for sure. Big charge from cavalry, and the Eagle Lord is trying to land, really trying to kill off this bomber, even though it's out of ammunition. And that's not attack orders onto Noctilus. It's not like the Eagle was trying to rear charge him or anything. Really hates that out of ammo bomber mob. So we still have half-health Depth Guard running around at the top. Very wounded Depth Guard, very wounded Depth Guard. A bunch of quite wounded zombies. One very wounded animated Hulk. Noctilus himself is at half HP. But the Lamprey's Revenge are full HP-ish and still healing. They're going to be a huge problem for the High Elves to deal with. It could be a tough one. Burning Head onto some random zombos does clear them out. At this point, the High Elves just trying to avoid army losses, but it's getting close. I do think they are overall doomed. I just don't think there's enough in it to really kill Noctilus and these Depth Guard and the Lamprey's Revenge. Actually, this would be a close game if it was the Lamprey's Revenge versus everything left, but the fact that, you know, there's obviously all this besides Lamprey's Revenge just makes it extremely unlikely the High Elves can do anything. As the last Spearmen crumble and fall, another Fireball comes for Noctilus. This one hits an animated Hulk, so he is still immune to the deadly pokes of the High Elves.
We are lost. There is no hope.
Like when they buffed Chaos when it was top tier. That was really sad, but really funny. On one hand, bombers are disgusting. On the other hand, elves are dying. Crumbling got downgraded. Lamprey's Revenge could almost win this single-handedly. Hey, we made the same point, Mr. Teufel. Get down, Mr. Vampire. Anonymous Hulk. They're very good, but not broken. I would agree. I don't think the Lamprey's Revenge are that big of a problem. Because they're slow, and they're very expensive. They're slow and they're very expensive are two huge things. They can get kited rather easily. And if you focus them with like a Plague of Rust and shoot them with archers, they can die rather quickly. Yeah. I like the Lamprey's Revenge as they are. Which, like, is very strong, but it's fine. They're limited to one. Firecaster did fine. Silverhelms did okay. Illyrian Reavers struggled to get value back. Rangers mixed. Some of them got murdered by bombs. The other ones got to do their job. Spearmen just tried to hold. Archers did mixed, but overall fine. And bolt throwers actually did quite well, considering how little time they had to shoot. They still got pretty good value. Better than I would have thought. On the other side, Noctilus just ran up and started slapping some kids, but he didn't get that much value. It was just a disruption piece. Same with the Lamprey's Revenge. They were played a little cautiously. Didn't want to get focus fire, but also just means they didn't get crazy value. Bombers did very nicely. Animated Hulks did quite nice. Depth Guard did very, very well. And that's about the tail of the tape. Depth Guard, Bombs, and Animated Hulks sprinting through some High Elf Archer bodies. ZGG. Brave Moo. Hey, boo boo. Take a hit of this crack pipe. Animated Hulk is a completely different creature. Down with leaf-eating, knife-eared old farts. Oddly specific. You know what's funny about having the Moo Moo on stream is my cat's name is Ed, but we call him Moo Cow because, I mean, if you see him, he looks like a fucking dairy cow. Counterpoint heresy. Alright, I gotta change the map, don't I? What's the next map? What are we doing? River Amazon. Easy. just a whittle heresy. River Amazon. Dude, I haven't heard the horny jail meme in a long time. The bonk or whatever. I guess we just live in the horny times. The police are asleep at the wheel. So, did anybody watch Anticity's stream? I saw at one point, I didn't watch it, I just peeked in and out sometimes when I had time. But he was sitting on this Chaos Dwarf unit that was worth 7,600 gold. So it takes up like over half of his army funds. And it's this train. I'm like, that's pretty metal. And I tried out the train. That thing sucks ass. Did Anticity say anything about it? Because it's fucking terrible. I have no idea why it's priced at 7,600 gold. It's hot garbage. Oh, it's trash. Ah. Tourney opponent. Beastmen, Tomb Kings, Warriors of Chaos, ban Warriors of Chaos. Guillaume counterpicks Dark Elves, ban Warriors of Chaos. And Brave Moo is going Beastmen. This the Dread Quake Mortar train? No, it's like, he said it's just campaign stuff. Don't worry about it. Okay. It's really dumbly priced in multiplayer. Hang on, let me go find it. Spells of Hashits. Yeah, 3 ways Chaos Dwarfs have failed you is tomorrow's video. And it's this thing. It can't move! Holy shit! Oh my god! These Chaos Bot have gotten 4,000 value! Wow, that's insane! They're so good, and by that I mean the supply train sucks ass! So, yeah, the supply train. It's very weird. Because, like, having a shitty campaign unit as a extended roster or whatever is fine, but I have no idea why it's priced at 7,000 gold. Why did Astrioth get more mass than Imric on a dragon, though? I've heard people talking about that. I don't know. I don't know. Trains suck, please, I beg you. Oh, train's stuck. Yeah, yeah. Step train? Step conductor? I'm stuck. I need tea for the caffeine, but that would involve me leaving you all. If you get into mono collecting. Oh, I need to go get tea! Moomoo's already ready. I'm looking at his build behind the blocker. It sucks. Oh my god. Holy crap. Okay. It's not actually that bad. I am being El Shater. You know, there's a 3K-ish train, which basically is a 360 moving skirmish Queen Bess. Wait, the Dreadquake Mortar has 360 fire? It doesn't have firewall moving, I don't think. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to take another look at it, but I didn't think it had 360 firing. Plug in your electric kettle at your table. What the hell is an electric kettle? This is Dark Elves vs. Beastmen? It is, Mr. Palpatine, it is. Go get tea, let somebody else cast. Alright, we're getting in it. It's not Malekith. It's the other one. It's the other one, but honestly, I am excited to see the other one, at least for once here. Does the government come in after to blow up the train it gets destroyed by the Chaos Spawn? Of course it does. Oh. Oh. Ugh. Hazel, this is the end. I'm not gonna make it. We're getting so sleepy. It's getting so sleepy. Hazel! Hazel, I'm so sleepy. Hazel. I'm just gonna take a nap. You guys take care of it. It's fine. Hazel, I'm so sleepy. Okay, what are we doing? Did I take the blocker down? I did. Nice. Kettle, but electric. How do you heat water? I have a teapot that I put on the stove. Beastin without the Torok banner. Yeah, I usually go with the... Not the Jagged Horde tribe. I think it's Malagors. I think I go with Malagors. What's the board games in the back? I have a ton of board games. I made a board game. That's how many I have. But I have some Catan, I have some Pandemic. Above and Below is pretty good. Stardew Valley. Codenames. Hi, Hazel. Hi, buddy. Are you worried because I was sleepy? Oh, shit. You're climbing up. Okay, hello. Hello. Oh, no. We're under attack. Oh, fuck. This map bugs out on ladder like 50% time. Really? I haven't had any issues. Weird. Hi, buddy. Hi. I gotta cast a game. It's really hard to do that with one arm. Hi. All right. Okay. There you go. There you go, bud. What are we doing? Girma, Dread Spears, Bleak Swords, 2 Harpies, one of which is the Crows of Cain. Malice, Darkblade. 2 Cold One Knights, 2 Scourger and Chariots, a Dark Rider up in the trees, and a Sorceress of Death with Fate of Buna and Spartluch. The inventor of Catan just died today? Really? Oh. Rest in peace. That's fucked. It's a good game. Grace and I like it. Our friends don't like it, but we do. Beside the Beastmen, a whole bunch of Ungor herds and Spearman herds. It's 8 total Ungor Spearmen / Ungor herds. 2 Chaos Spawn, Morgar who can summon 2 more. Bracium in the Wilds with just Traderkin. 2 Razorgore herds, 2 Centaurs with throwing axes, 2 basic Centaurs, and a Tuskgore Chariot. Just scream at stuff, it'll work. Yeah. Yeah. If Malice can actually hit foot characters, this might be a tough one for the Beastmen with the 2 builds present. If Malice runs around in circles around Morgar and can't snipe him out, maybe it'll be okay. I'm actually really tired. I did not sleep well last night. I'm waiting for things to happen! Dreadquake attached to a train can fire while moving. Dreadquake attached to a train? What train? I'm scared. Okay. Sorceress of Death ran forward to get some vision, but then she's gonna get caught out a little bit. This could be a really bad mistake if she ends up dying. Centaurs are trying to throw at her. She starts to turn now. Yeah, so she has orders to get away. Meanwhile, Coldwell Knights and Scourge on Chariots are punishing Ungor herds, getting really good damage on the charge. And she is gonna run away. BM got some fucking chariots. Alright, Ungor herd is pushed off. Meanwhile, Throwing Axe is gonna punish some cold ones, but overall, decent start here for the Beastman. Malice just rolls in. Doesn't give a shit. He's looking to fight. He's looking to scrap. And Scourge Runners are probably going to punish these Throwing Axes. As he pops some of his buffs, Demon's Curse, the Blood Price, Deadly Onslaught, etc. 833 weapon strength on that man. Dark Rider's getting caught by the Beastmen in the trees, though. Or Spearman Herd stabbing him. Stibbity stabbing him. Why am I getting pinged? Is it important? Is it about this game? Okay. I'll deal with that later. I had to see if someone was like,
in the game you're currently casting, there is a rule break. The Beastmen are winning. This is not allowed.
Chaos Spawn coming out of the trees now. They have advanced up through the forests, and out of the forests they come to murder us all. Dark Rider's getting caught yet again. Bleak Sword's getting hit in the face by Chaos Spawn. More Dark Riders trying to get a free charge on the Ghost Spearman herds, but they get countercharged by Razor Gores, and nothing is free in this life, don't you know? Honestly, yeah, really good start for the Beastmen so far. They're feeling pretty comfortable. Tuskor Chariots trying to get away from these Cold One Knights. Doesn't look like they really will, and if they get locked down in melee for any amount of time, they're going to take a ton of damage, so they really have to keep getting out of there. Countercharge with Centaurs is pretty good. We have a Fate of Buna onto the Chaos Spawn. Is that a worthy target? I feel like you need more models than 16 to be worth Bunaing. I don't know. I see a lot of weird Fate of Bunas, and then I just wonder if I'm using it wrong or if they're using it wrong. First Chaos Spawn summon is out. Second Chaos Spawn summon is out. So this is the strongest the Beastmen will be in this matchup. So those 2 summons will fade over time, so let's see what they can get done with it. Meanwhile, Cold One Knights and Dark Riders taking a lot of damage, but they do push off the Centaurs, and they take half health off the Tuskor Chariots in the meantime. Crows of Cain diving down onto these skirmishing Centaurs. Centaurs? Yeah. I mean, they're Centaurs, but still. Do good damage. Malice is the elephant in the room, though. Like, he's full health and chilling. He has a second health bar behind that health bar. He's going to be just fine. Spirit Leech onto Morgar with his 25% spell resist and his healing. He's not going to mind that too much, but you got to get the damage out. Flags too damn similar. It is true. We do have 2 orange flags somehow. Yeah, that's silly. Fat Kid at Recess is doing his best. Alright, anyway. Where are we at with these Cold One Knights? What are they doing? They're trying to fight a Traitor King caster who is on a chariot. At least they get their bonus versus large, but it doesn't seem to be enough as the Throwing Axes are enough to peel them off. Tuskor Chariot's almost dead. Beastmen are well overrunning the frontline area, but we are about to see those spawn wherever they are start fading away. 2, 1, goodbye, and shortly after, wherever that other one is, goodbye. It's this guy, so he has 5 seconds left. Without that, we'll see how the battlefield looks. It's a little confusing right now with all these models running around. Zoom. Spawner gone. Scourge on Chariots out of ammunition. Deathcaster is alive and kicking. That's about it for the Dark Elves. They're really not feeling too hot. It's just going to be a Malice game. Can Malice carry or can he not? As he continues to fight. Fight, die, kill. Because the Dark Elf Scourge Runners are healthy, but without ammunition, they're a pretty meh unit. They are decidedly okay after their ammo is expended. Dreadspear is fighting a whole bunch of spawn and pigs and death. I haven't seen a lot of Traitorkins. I don't know where they're getting cast or if I just haven't seen them, but they need to be cast on that probably Death Mage. Or Malice. I mean, you're going to have to get through Malice's health bars eventually, so might as well do it on Malice. But right now would be a good time for it, while they're both together. Because if you can snipe her out, that'd be good. Just less Spirit Leeches on your troops in the future. Now comes the deciding factor right now. It's the start of the game. If Malice can actually hit and kill Morgar, then the Dark Elves have a shot. If Malice is just going to run around him forever, then they are doomed. So far, he seems to actually be attacking, kind of. Oh, now he's just running. Oh, now he's running alongside him. Dark Elves doomed. Doomed! Scourge on Chariot gets eaten alive by piggies. And the Dark Elves are trying to rally around Malice for now as the Beastmen just chase off what they can get to. The Chorf melee trains have customization options like Chaos Marks. They can attach Dreadquicks themselves. Interesting. Loving the hoof on Knifeir action. He's down to 30. The 20 of the 10 touchdown. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's not down to 30. Alright. So Dark Elf's trying to get a second win around Malice, who's just chilling. He's vibing. We'll see how long it lasts. Maybe not very long. Has this guy literally cast any Traderkins? Because if he hasn't, I mean, at least in the late game, you'll have Traderkins for Malice, but might want to start using those pretty soon. Either that or I've just missed literally every single one. Hey, Prada. Yep. I don't know what else to say at this point. We are just waiting on Malice to die. And if it does happen, then Beastmen win. If it doesn't happen, they lose. Could get a nice Centaur charge over here. It looks like they're currently busy catching these Dark Riders unawares, knocking them out. But someone needs to bail out this little guy. It looks like Ungors will do that just fine. Another Spirit Leech onto Morgar, doing decent damage. And still a Traderkin caster stands. I'm so paranoid that I just missed him casting his spells now, because it is insane that I missed every single one. The Flamethrower ROR train with a Dreadquake looks sick. I can't wait to play with that. Yeah, okay. Overcast Traderkin, first one onto Malice. And now we do play the Dark Elf Chicken game. How long do you leave Malice without Tazarkan? Because if he breaks or if Army Losses hits before you start the transformation, the game will end before the transformation completes. He needs to hit it now. 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 He needs to hit it. He does. And Bounce Power doesn't go into Army Losses yet, so he does get Tazarkan. But honestly, the Bounce Power didn't shift that much from getting a full health Tazarkan, interestingly enough. How are you, man? I'm good. The Flamethrower ROR train. I will say, part of the video I have tomorrow, it says it has firewall moving, but the trains don't fire while they're moving. So, I don't know. Maybe if they have attachments, they do, but the base train says firewall moving, and I just show me trying to get it to shoot while moving, and it does not. Ow! Really big Centaur volley there. Also, basic Centaur has caught the Deathcaster off in the distance, so she's getting run off. It's looking like a Beastman victory. Moo might be going to the finals. Reaper of Souls trying to heal up Malice while also killing off the Chaos Spawn. The Chaos Spawn have been the bane of many factions' existence since their inception. Unbreakable monstrous infantry. Even when they get super low on HP, they just have a lot of models left to block you up and stop you from doing things. There's another Traderkin, yeah. So the late game is just becoming Traderkin fest, as they were apparently saved up and now they're all getting thrown at Tazarkan. Though both have Overcast and both have really hurt the Brave Shaman Wild, so a little unlucky there. But look at all of these Beastmen left. If Malice wins at this point, I'll be upset. Quick charge in from the Centaurs, just trying to harass him as Morgar runs away. He's like, no, peace! No! No! Because he doesn't want anything to do with Tazarkan. He just wants to give his Beastmen friends some leadership and let Tazarkan bleed out on his own. Helmut, if you're out there, host a game. We'll be there soon, it looks like. Looks like, as we just watch Tazarkan die off slowly. Slowly. Another Traderkin? Yeah, another overcasted Traderkin. Another one that does damage back to the caster. God damn, dude. Moo Moo must have had like 60 Winds of Magic just sitting there. That's really funny. But this is Ogre. Beastmen are up almost 2-1 on damage value in the late game. Good lord. Oh lordy. Reaper of Souls popped. Rear charge from the Traderkin caster. Must be running out of Winds of Magic, so he just doesn't care if he lives or dies. He is Mr. Teufel. On the bracket, yes, but Mr. Teufel did not actually play today because he was at work. But this is officially Ogre. Another Traderkin? You've got to be kidding me. Okay, it's undercast. I was like, there's no way you had that much Winds of Magic to four overcast Traderkin back to back to back to back to back. That's not real. That's a lie. Alrighty. Beastie Boys win. Beastie Boys win. It'll be Brave Moo Moo versus Helmut in the finals. Malice did fine. Deathcaster did okay. Coldwell Knights mixed, but overall fine. Scourge Runners did not pay for themselves. Furies struggled a bit. Dark Rider struggled a bit. And the front line actually got pretty decent value, but mostly got run over. Morgur just survived, as is his birthright. 2,100 on the Traderkin caster in the late game, just chucking shit at Tazarkan and Malice. Centaur's Throwing Axes both paying for themselves with gusto. Chariots got shut down a little bit. Razorgores did fantastically. Spawn did actually quite nice. So did basic Centaurs. And the Ungor spam of Legend. Mixed value, but overall better than I would have assumed out of Ungors. So GG indeed. Alrighty. I did instruct Helmut to host a lobby. So we'll go find that. There we go. Spectate 1, 2, 3. Oh, the blocker up. It's called Battlefield. He's Battlefield 2023 is his name. Or Brave Moo Moo. But unchallenged, he's Battlefield 2023. So Helmut, I did predict to win the whole tournament. Last tournament I cast was the ODM tournament, and I guessed either Cal Harmon or Blood Penguin would win the whole thing. And they ended up being the finalists, and Blood Penguin won, so I was right. Am I right 2 tournaments in a row? Will Helmut prevail, or will the glorious, brave Moo Moo continue a reign of destruction and overthrow the champ? The champ. Okay, I need something. Because I'm sleepy. So I'll return when I feel like it. Ah! Hazel, I'm sleepy. You want to come with? You want to come with? Come on! Are either of them ready yet? Nope. Okay, perfect. Come here. You can have your peanut butter Kong, but you gotta eat it in here where I can watch you. Don't want you getting all over the friggin' carpet and stuff. Quickly. Do I need to do my job yet, or are we good? Alright, we're still good. We're still good. We are going to go to standing desk mode. Standing desk activate! Lucinia, yeah. I also think he probably forgot rather than intentionally held those back. But we'll see. Just grand lovely that what the fuck is that sentence? Okay. Oh, just grand lovely weather we're having. Perfect. Okay, the picks and bans were Cathay and Warriors of Chaos were global banned. Brave Mumu picks Coast, counts Lizardmen with no ban. Helmet goes Empire, ban Coast. Mumu goes Vampire, counts. We have Vampire counts versus Empire. A lot of counts this stream. What the fuck? How are so many counts getting through? Whatever. It's a small map, actually. So, we'll see what the Empire can do about all of these gosh darn undead. I'm gonna go see if my water's boiling. Did they start yet? Did they start it? Did they start it? Fix it. Tell them to start. Let's go. It's been 45 seconds. Start the tournament. New players aren't used to auto ban them, I guess. Want to see some more vampire counts, ladies and gentlemen. Both these builds are kind of insane. Not gonna lie. Both the builds are kind of fucked. These are fucked up bans, you guys. Who the hell? Some guy just entered my Discord and started saying nice things to people. That's fucked up. That's not allowed. Alright, let's see if that Google ad campaign got shut down again for saying dwarf. Or if something else happened. Policy approved, but it got removed. Policy ads approved. Okay, so it's active, but it said it was removed. Is it removed or is it not? Your campaign is ready to run ads. That's cool. But is it running or is it not? I don't know where to, like, hit go. So, let's just hope. Eligible, okay. One campaign has ended. Is it the one that was supposed to be ended? Yep. Okay. So it looks like our thing is working. Maybe. Cool. You don't even ban vampire counts in Vermin League. It's just like a gentleman's agreement to not pick the faction because no one wants to be seen as a VC abusing dick. Wow. So Mumu taking strays out here. All right, we're in it. It's Kemmler. It's Kemmler. There he is. There's the boy. Now, I don't know what you want to talk about. Is it the black coach that's here for some reason? Is it the double white king that we haven't seen in a long time? Is it 3 war wagons that we see all the goddamn time? But is it the Sigmarite priest man that we haven't seen for a bit? Or is it Karl Franz again? Or is it the Black Lions? Or is it I thought I saw the Hexwraith Arwar? I'm not really sure. There was a lot going on. These builds were kind of fucked. Oh, I hope the Vikings both have Scab's Grace, because that's a rule break, and I don't want to deal with it. Scab's Grace. They both have Scab's Grace. God damn it. Okay. I'll deal with it in a second. What are we doing? So we have the Black Lions, Hellblaster, Volley Gun, War Wagon, triple other War Wagon. We do have a Life Wizard with Earthblood Dwells Below, Warrior Priest with just Soulfire Bombardment, Banner of the Eternal Flame, Fire Attacks, and Benediction for the 8 Leadership. We have Karl Franz with all of his buffs and abilities. Stone's Revenge Free Company Militia, 5 Halberdiers with some Chevrons. Empire is a rule break for War Wagons. Glorious. Glorious double rule break. Okay, we'll deal with it. Triple Graveguard on the other side, including the Sternsmen. 2 Crypt Horrors, a Corpse Cart with an Unholy Lodestone. Front line of zombies and skeletons. Yes, Skeleton Spearmen, Skeleton Warriors. Double White King, both on horseback. Both have Scab Scraith. Technically, you can only have 1 Scab Scraith. Just a heads up. A Black Coach. Heinrich Kemmler. And that's the same Corpse Card on Holy Lodestone. It's just moved. Kemmler brought Krell, zombies, and heal. There's some Empire in this War Wagon. True. Rule break on both sides. It's a pretty rare rule break to have 3 War Wagons and the fucking Black Lions. It's also a rare rule break to see double White King. So it's pretty understandable. With stuff you don't see a lot and in a new player tournament combined, yeah, might happen. It's fine. We'll play the game out. See what happens. See if the players care. We'll deal with it when we have to. War Wagons begin their kiting. It is a small map, so it's not like they have a ton of places to go. And the War Wagons do start shooting at Mr. Kemmler. Mr. Jim Business. And the zombies continue to advance. The Graveguard will do quite nicely versus this Empire box. They should slap the Halberdiers pretty well. The Black Lions are here now, firing dangerously close to some of their War Wagon friends. And there they are! I knew they were here! It's the Chillgeists! It's the Chillgeists, everybody! Yeah! The Chillgeists! 1 Fate of Buna away from 1,700 gold value, but yeah, Chillgeists! 4 of them already fucking died from 1 peek at Karl Franz, but yeah, it's the Chillgeists! To be fair, double Scab's Graith will win the match since he's boxing. Yeah, but there's no in-game chat, so there's nothing I can do about it right now. Like, might as well just cast the game, see what happens. Deal with it after. Rather than send the players a message while they're in the game, they don't see it, and then I get distracted and all that shit. Yeah, Chillgeist's having a great time with War Wagons shooting them, and they have 55% physical resist, so that's not nearly enough to stop the War Wagons from just yeeting their ass. Black Coach is like, oh, never mind, super sorry. Super sorry for trying to advance. Oh my god, please stop shooting me. As they just get torn up. Zombies continuing their relentless march forward on the flanks. The center is kind of backing up, realizing it got a little overextended. Crypt Horrors and White King also moving up. Just all of them kind of getting gunned down as they approach and then having to back off and get a little bit more healing in the back. Hazel is back to continue working on her Peanut Butter Kong. And we do have the Sternsmen and some zombies getting left in the back. They do have to keep moving forward. But this is a lot to micro, and like they're trying to... I think that what the counts are going to try and do is like present a target, take some damage, back off and heal it, and present a different target, but like... Clearly some stuff's getting lost in the cracks. Like the Sternsmen don't need to be back here. And it takes them forever to get to the front line. So we'll see what they do. Looks like we had 2 Scab Scrapes while I wasn't looking. Took about half HP off the Halberdiers. I wouldn't hate for an Earthblood to go on the Halberdiers, because they didn't lose any models, did they? No, they still had full models, so just heal up the models from the damage they took from the Scab Scrape. Probs Magobs as War Wagons and the Black Lions continue to fire out. Kemmler taking a lot of damage. White King taking some as well. I wonder if we can get Krell in here. If Krell can get inside the box, he could harass these War Wagons, force them to leave, and then if they have to leave the box, these chill guys could be waiting and just slurp them up. Do I have a ping about this game? Okay. Alrighty, and something is coming out. It looks like a Dwellers Below cast, really trying to clear out the Skeleton Spearmen and these Crypt Horrors, though the Halberdiers are starting to falter a little bit, and our second Scab Scrape should be coming in soon. Heinrich Kemmler trying to get involved in the fight, but man, he is low. I'm a little scared that the War Wagons are all going to turn on him. Crypt Horrors taking a ton of damage. Shillgeists healed up and waiting around the flanks for their opportunity to get in there and do something. Soulfire Bombardment coming down from the Warrior Priest. And Franz diving around. So far, the Empire is up 4,000 to 500 damage value. And the Black Coach is here. The Black Coach is ready to start actually playing the video game. As the War Wagons try and pivot, but they're kind of getting in their own way, and they are surrounded by zombies. They're having a tough time turning and firing, especially the Black Lions who need direct line of sight. Crypt Horrors are opting into the fight now. And the Counts are just getting their second wind, getting their next breath. Their Graveguard have to get way more aggressive. Wherever the Graveguard are, they have to get more active in this game. Sterling's Revenge taking nasty Scab Scrape to the face. Second Scab Scrape hits some more Halberdiers, and the Chillgeists are getting completely wrecked in melee combat with non-magic damage dealing units because I guess just reasons. Though I guess Franz does magic damage now, which was not usually the case, so I'm still not used to that. Warrior Priest getting his ass handed to him by the White Kings and Kemmler, and Krell has got to be somewhere, right? Krell is spawned now, yes, so Krell can maybe hit the War Wagons, though it looks like he's stuck on the Free Company Militia. And this horrid blob of War Wagons is just sitting here, waiting to be murdered. One Halberdier is routing. Warrior Priest is also routing. The second Dwellers Below is coming out onto the Sternsmen. If they can walk out of it, they'll be okay, and then that's a lot of Winds of Magic used on not healing, so we'll see how that goes. Franz is trying to chase down the dreaded Heinrich Kemmler, but he misses. And now the Chillgeists and Crypt Horrors are going to surround him. Do a little bit of damage, but let's just buy Kemmler some space. And yeah, the Graveguard got out of that. Fine. Halberdiers are starting to rout. We have 2 routing Halberdiers. A third is on their way. A fourth is right behind that, which would leave only one healthy one. Sterling's Revenge also having a tough time, so we are down to just the War Wagons and Franz. Franz took a decent chunk. He took a little chunkerino. But I do think that these guys, you need to throw an Invocation to Heck on the Chillgeists and send them after the War Wagons. They're kind of the only things that can catch them, and with their Frostbite plus 100% armor piercing, they can do decent damage. But yeah, the War Wagons just shoot the Black Coach and insta-kill it. Damn. We'll see what the Chillgeists can do. Bounce Power's about dead even though the counts are down about 2 to 1 in damage value. Crypt Horrors fighting to the very last against Franz. And Chillgeists just running off some infantry, and they're even going to get a side charge onto the Halberdiers instead of chasing down the War Wagons. Just doesn't give a fuck. The War Wagons still have like 3/4 of their ammunition, so they can't afford to be ignored. Looks like the Chillgeists are at last going to go for them. Get over there, get in melee combat with those boys. hopefully get an invocation to heck or something. Because they're not in range of Kemmler or the Unholy Lodestone. So right now they're getting 0 healing, which they desperately need. Franz is coming in. Chillgeist are trying to get away. Again, no invocation to heck for them. No heal at all. Oh, there's one! Maybe going to keep them in this fight. Maybe going to keep them in this game. And Krell is running out. Oh, he's running after the Life Wizard. He doesn't give a shit. Though, if he hits this War Wagon... Nope, he just got lost. He just got lost. Lost in the sauce. Stern's been killing some more stuff. It is official. The Empire is down to just their War Wagons and Franz. Yeah. I don't know why I looked for routing undead units. It's not a thing. Alright. Krell taking a lot of shots. Now he is a summon, so he's going to go away there. But he did serve his master. He did waste some of their ammunition. Another White King is trying to chase down this guy. Looks like the Warrior Priest officially died off. And heal caps are within sight for the Crypt Horrors and the Chillgeists. Corpse Cart's fine. Skeleton Warriors, Grave Guards, Sternsmen. I mean, there's a lot of infantry left. And War Wagons aren't the best at killing infantry. White King does get pounced on by Karl Franz. Is there any punishment nearby? It looks like maybe, though he is just going to waddle his way out. Does he actually get into the sky? It looks like the White King might keep him on the ground. Kemmler was thinking about joining that fight, but I don't know if he really wants any of that sauce. Meanwhile, the Chillgeists are coming. White King's also thinking about joining back in on a little snipe attempt. Sniperino. Sniper-Rooney. Oh, no, he's going for the Black Lions. Didn't give a shit. So one is keeping Franz on the ground, one is pursuing the Black Lions, and the rest of the undead are like, hey bro, wait up. We do have 3 halberdiers that have returned to the fight. They are so low that I don't really foresee them doing very much. Franz turns around and he decides to throw Galmaraz and the Reikland Runefang down to kick this White King's ass. And Heinrich Kemmler's opting into the fight. Okay, yeah, he pieces out like he should. Franz, after hopefully deterring the White King enough that he can get into the sky, it looks like he did actually stall that little undead white enough. And the Black Lions getting their shit kicked in by this other White King. He's just like, what? What you gonna do about it? Nothing! Nothing, bitch! And he's fighting him. He's already killed 1 bottle and he's trying to kill more. The Chillgeists and the other White King plus Heinrich Kemmler are trying to join the fight. One last invocation to heck for the Chillgeists to heal them back up as Franz tries to dive onto them. Does a little bit of damage on the landing. And the White King turns around to maybe duel with him once more. A second Black Lion has died. Bounce power shifts in favor of the undead. Chillgeists got here. They slow its speed down to 46. Yeah, 46. Making it a little easier for them to catch and kill and hit. And you can see once they actually stop moving, they do take a lot of damage. And that will be the end of the Black Lions. The other 3 War Wagons, still pretty good ammunition amounts. Franz taking a lot of deeps. Double White King near Franz and the Chillgeists. Now, they will get shot in back by the War Wagons, but I do wonder if they just turn around and take the fight with Franz here. We will see. Because the Black Lions already have positive leadership, though I suppose that was the stand your ground standing next to Franz, so they might come back 1 wagon. We will really see the effects of that, I am sure. Meanwhile, these War Wagons get caught by the Chillgeists, who are, again, just going to slow them down for these Crypt Horrors and everything else to actually get some damage in. Meanwhile, the White Kings 2v1 Franzi, who's doing worse than I would have suspected. At one point, he had buffs pop, and he's still getting his ass kicked. Crypt Horrors just pile onto him instead. It looks like at one point they were chasing the War Wagons and decided, fuck it, we're not going to do it. Instead, get a lot of damage out onto Franz. Black Lion War Wagon is back. But it is just over. Helmet decides not to make us all witness the dreaded wagon kite for another 45 minutes. He just calls it. White Kings did well. Black Coach honestly did fine. It did some nice disruption. Chillgeists did great. They needed a lot of support, and they're still probably a bad unit, but against War Wagons, they did solidly. Graveguard did fine. Frontline did fine. On the other side, Karl Franz really disappointed me, honestly. Just had so much trouble hitting a basic White King on horse. I don't know what that was about. Word Priest was a neat tech piece. Liked the Black Lions, liked the War Wagons, obviously, but not for like a fun level, but just smart. And then the Halberdier box was a little fragile. Now, admittedly, there was double Scab Scraith, which is illegal, but on the other side, there was 4 War Wagons, which is illegal, so kind of a meh across the board. But, yeah. All right. All right. He's asking about the ROR was not a standard chariot. What? Is it exempt? Is it exempt? Because if it's exempt, I have a problem. I kind of hope it's not exempt. Yeah, it's still a chariot. Okay. Yep. So it's just too many chariots. Okay, cool. Platypus, what do you want? Chill Boys bring the value. Yeah, they did good. They did good. So yeah, my ruling ended up being, since both of them had a rule break, it's whatever. There's no prize pool on the line. I just informed them both, and they both were like, ah, fuck. And I said, it's fine. Just move on to game 2. I only bother informing them so that they don't do it in a circumstance that actually, like, pisses somebody off. Alrighty. Got that set up. What's going on? He zoomed on the ROR black orcs were circle beating him with dual axes, screaming hysterically, beat the shit out of Krell. Who? Do you remember the Greenskins versus VC match? I actually don't remember that, Mr. Teufel, but I hope that was a good time for you. Soulfire got nerfed coming to Warhammer 3? Yes, it did. It does not do a lot of damage at all. A Fruit Rules mod alerting someone to build illegal would be so cool. Yeah. In terms of army comp, yeah, you can still bring double items, though. But the Cat Point mod doesn't have rules on double items and stuff. Alright, where are we at? So, for game 2, Helmut picks Vampire Counts, Tzeentch, and Khorne. Oh, no. Brave Moo... No! Brave Moo went High Elves, ban Tzeentch, which leaves VC or Khorne. And I think you all know what Helmut picked. Oh, no. I don't want to do it. Ooh, my tea! Tea! Hazel's looking at me weird. She's like, you didn't give me any tea. Oh, no. It's an awful lot of vampire counts today, lads. He picked VC into High Elves. Helmet did win it earlier in the stream, so he might be feeling awful confident. Another nice game of Chillgeists. Oh, I am sure that vampire counts are going to bring cavalry or mobility of any kind. And I'm sure the High Elves are too. I'm sure both sides are going to have a lot going on. I am positive it's not just going to be Mortis engine desperately trying to kill a spear and archer box before it dies, and if it doesn't die, then it wins. Bye, Storm. I had to go get my tea. Mr. Teufel, I saw it. Always remember to ban your high elves, lads. I saw it. You're too low again. The desk, my desk was at the standing position. I lowered it to the lowered position, but then I had to wait for it to finish lowering before I adjust the camera. Otherwise, it'll be too low. The blessed caffeinated tea. Who the hell is messaging each other? Lies and slander. I saw it! You can't take it back! Does anybody here watch League of Legends in any capacity? EU or NA? I don't watch China or Korea, so I don't know. Hubby, what's the thing you're most excited for in the next patch? Chariots working again. Yeah, I'll say that. It's either that or... The reason I picked that one is because that one's much more confirmed by my testing. But the other one is just a lot of models interacting better. Like Grease's Goldtooth I showed. There's some other ones I've tested that have done alright, but like, I haven't obviously tried every model versus every model, but Grease's at least swings a lot fucking more. Did Cathay get any changes? No. Not that I could see, really. One of their archers got cheaper, and I think Jade Warrior Halberd's got a buff, but I haven't done a deep dive on Cathay yet. Dude, so a shit ton of news. Evil Geniuses sucks, apparently. They got their asses kicked by Golden Guardians. FlyQuest sucks, apparently. They got their asses kicked by C9. C9's really good, and that's fine, but like FlyQuest looks lost. So for MSI, I'm concerned because we're sending probably C9. Well, we're definitely sending C9. They made it to the finals, and there's 2 slots. So we're sending C9, who looks good, and we're sending either Golden Guardians or FlyQuest, which I have no confidence in. So my confidence is shot there. CLG and TSM are trying to sell their teams, which is going really, really fucking well. Everything's well in the NA scene. And EU looks like a bit of a dumpster fire, too. So the West might be fucked. You watch LOL Rule 34 regularly? Oh yeah, that counts, Grieven. You're definitely up to date on the competitive scene for sure. Rusty and Platty, you saying NA sucks. EU ain't looking so hot. EU ain't looking so hot over there. I watched some of those games. What the fuck is going on? In Winter Split, Fnatic didn't even fucking make playoffs. Was it XL? I'm trying to remember what EU roster got like literally 10th. I think it was XL. And they were supposed to win the whole thing. Like, pre-Winter Split, you guys were talking some mad shit about like, whatever that team was, I think it was XL, but whatever team it was, being like, oh, they're the best team for sure. And then they got hard 10th, and you were all of a sudden like, wait a second. Wait a second. What happened? Is G2 still good? Because everyone's been shitting, like, okay, shitting is negative, so I take that back. Everyone has been creaming their jeans over G2, and I look over, and their score when I peeked in on Spring, which we're in now, was 3-2. And I was like, they're the best team of all time, and they have a 60% win rate? Like, what the fuck? So I actually don't know too much of what's going on in the EU. I just peek in from time to time, and I see some sus stuff, so I'm nervous, but I haven't watched a ton. So, let me know. But going into MSI, for an NA fan, I'm like, C9's looking good. FlyQuest and Golden Guardians look kind of like shit. I'm scared. Because Golden Guardians is up and down, but again, when you're talking about MSI, you're comparing Golden Guardians to, like, SKT and G2. You're not comparing Golden Guardians to 100 Thieves. So, I don't know. Compared to that, I'm a little sus on Golden Guardians. I don't know if I want them in there. I think I want FlyQuest in C9, but FlyQuest has looked really bad recently. So it's like, I want the FlyQuest that was dominating in spring for a while. I don't want this FlyQuest. Like, this FlyQuest is probably going to lose the Golden Guardians on Thursday, and if they do, they deserve it. Like, Golden Guardians deserves to win if they win, for sure. But if FlyQuest is in form, I would way rather have them, but they've looked like shit all of a sudden. I don't know, they lost the sauce. Complete speculation, I think Prince got a little overconfident, and he's like, I can just noob stomp this region, and then he didn't. And then he was like, huh, what do I do now? Okay. EU looking rough, but NA's been the worst region since like season 4. I think NA technically got more wins than EU at the last Worlds. But Rogue got out of groups and then faltered out. But I think NA got overall more wins. Han Sama Draven looks pretty OP. Oh yeah, I saw some highlight reels of that. That's pretty hype. Alright. We saw the helmet build earlier, so I'll go for that first because it's a little shorter. 5 zombies, a whole bunch of Graveguard in the back. We have 1 Graveguard with great weapons. Ooh, we got 2 this time. 2 Graveguard with great weapons and the Karnakstein Stalkers, so no Sternsman this time. Triple Cryptor, Corpse Cart, Unholy Lodestone, and then a Mortis Engine and Vlad von Karstein. On the other side for Mumu, another iteration on the High Elf Spear Box Blob kind of build, except no Star Dragon and no Flying Alariel. It is an Arcane Phoenix. Triple Phoenix Guard. We have the Scions of Mathlan, the Towns of Torquelada, Archer, ROR, 2 more Archers with Light Armor, 2 more Silver and Guard. We have a Lore Master of Hoeth with no spells, just his AoE buffs of Leadership, Spell Resist, and being a good melee combatant. Then we have a Lariel with just Earthblood and Heart of Avalorn. Okay, interesting. I think the Halves are doomed here. Their box is not... Speaking as a trying to win the game perspective, not an entertainment perspective, their box is not nearly tight enough, so there's enough gaps that like zombies and stuff are going to flood in. Archers are also so low tier of infantry that like zombie summons will do decent damage to them. And without the Star Dragon's Breath Attack or the Star Dragon's Cycle Charging, I find it really difficult for the High Elves to deal with this Mortis Engine that could just walk in here and kind of roll shop over them. So I think the VC are going to handle this quite well. I think this is just an attempt at a blob build from the High Elves, but it's got some key flaws. So I think this is a bit of a build diff. I think this is a bit of a build diff. Vlad may just kill this whole box. Yeah, he's going to go kind of nuts. I think if we get some good zombie summons or just walking through the sides of the box onto the Archers, then this Mortis Engine can just go hog wild on the whole roster. Because the Arcane Phoenix is the only thing with any agency to like cycle charge around. And it's not the same as a Star Dragon. Sniping out the Mortis Engine, it'll take too long. The Mortis Engine can walk away. Mortis Engine is involved. It is affecting 1 Phoenix Guard so far. Yeah, these Phoenix Guard are so far safe from its Mortis Engine-like charms. Where's your thing? The Reliquary Binding? No. Yeah. Reliquary Corruption. Its circle is, like, technically on these guys, but they're not getting affected by it just yet. Scions of Mathlan are. So they're taking some damage, but... As for Archers, we have Zombies on 1, Zombies on another, and 1 Archer is free. So actually, Mortis Engine is taking a significant amount of damage and might have to back out of here. As Vlad is trying to track down Foot Larry, who throws a Heart of Avalorn on herself and the Phoenix Guard that were taking a lot of damage, plus throws out an Overcasted Earthblood. Really wants to save her front line. And yeah, the Mortis Engine got worked on. I think the Vampire Counts need to focus a little more on taking down these Archers before committing the Mortis Engine. And Cryptor is just ramming straight into the Phoenix Guard as well. Helmet's blobbing up a bit on this front line. Little bit of sloppy play here. The Mortis Engine might straight up die. The Towns of Torquelada are just guard mode firing while zombies are hitting them. Arcane Phoenix is going to dive on it. Yeah, the Mortis Engine might just die outright. That could possibly be a GG angle. We'll see. But unfortunately, the counts just didn't handle the archers before committing everything to the fight like they did. Like, there's too many infantry units overlapping here that could have been used to go around and harass the archers, right? Cryptors charged straight into Phoenix Guard, and now they got worked down, and there's fire arrows just hitting him, so, yeah. Damn. We'll see if Vlad can hard carry. We'll see. Where's the corpse cart, by the way? There's the corpse cart. It's currently getting sniped up by an Arcane Phoenix. Another zombie summon on the backfield, just trying to muck up some of these archers. And this zombie unit that's about to desummon, so I really want to check its value. This zombie summon has gotten 400 value fighting the ROR archer. That's pretty funny. The last source of AoE passive healing is currently getting sniped out by the High Elves. Vlad's going to have to do something about that corpse card. He's having a really tough time getting to the Science of Mathlon. Meanwhile, the front line, the Grave Guard and Grave Guard with Great Weapons trying to kill this Phoenix Guard that is almost heal capped. Zombie summon at last fades away, but with the corpse card also dying, that is going to be GG. Because then the Grave Guard lose their healing, lose their perfect vigor, they lose their melee attack and melee defense. And yeah. Where are the Phoenix Flamestorms? There was one earlier, but you're probably getting another one right now. Yeah, you're getting one right now. Boom! That's gonna, like, delete those two Graveguard units. Okay, not delete, but, like, half health off one. The question now is how many elves can Vlad kill? I think the question is how many army losses can kill Vlad? The answer is 1. So I think Mumu is going to probably take it. You believe in Vlad? I don't know. His magic's also like zombie summons, which he has 4 uses left, and then healing. But what's his healing going to be used on? Because it's not himself. He doesn't need to heal himself. He's going to heal cap on his own with his Blood Drinker and the Hunger. So his magic's going to become useless pretty soon. Archers are running out of ammo. I guess that's a positive thing, but army losses is coming in hot for Vlad. Yeah. Yeah, a bit of a whoopsie there. Definitely needed to flank with some of his skeletons and Graveguard and take out the archers. But mistakes happen. Rip in peace. And that'll be the Mumu. The brave Mumu. Winning it all. Proving vampire counts can be defeated by stinky, smelly elves. Decent values on the spear units they just had to hold. Arcane Phoenix did great. Archers got fantastic value. Lariel existed. And the Lord Master of Hoeth also existed. Vlad did fine. He just couldn't clear out literally everything all on his own. Everything else struggled to really give him any support. Graveguard with Great Weapons did alright. Cryptors got murked. And the Mortis Engine got murked. ZGG. ZGG. Now the question of the day is Mumu Void Lulls. I don't think so. Probably not. But maybe they are. Who knows? I know. I know everything. All right. 3-hour stream. Nice, crisp, clean. It's all done. Goodbye, everybody. I will see you when I feel like seeing you. Which is never. Blech. Blech.